time for Pioneer League Baseball as the Provo Angels take on the Ogden Raptors. Now, getting you ready for today's action, here's the voice of the Raptors, Brian Petrata, on 1280.
Greetings and salutations. Brian Petrata broadcasting live from Lindquist Field on a beautiful Saturday night. Tonight, the Ogden Raptors begin a 7-game series with the Provo Angels. Last night, the Raptors clinched a playoff spot with a 7-3 win over the Casper Rockies. So it is now official. The Raptors and Provo Angels will face each other in the South Divisional Series of the Pioneer League playoffs. But first, they have to square off for the final 7 games of the regular season. And we're thrilled to carry 5 of those games on 1280 The Sports Zone. This will be a great series. These clubs are sizing each other up for the playoffs, and this has been a fun, friendly rivalry all year. This broadcast will be even more fun. We'll have Raptors first baseman Mike Ludwig joining us later on, and I'm sure he'll grace us with his dead-on Harry Carey impression. I can't wait for this, folks. It's going to be great. I'll have more of the Raptors pregame show coming up right after this break. You're listening to Raptors Baseball on 1660 KXO, or rather, we are on tonight, 1280 The Sports Zone. Let's get that right. So I'll be back right after this.
With interest rates changing faster than a 90-mile-per-hour fastball, now's the time to examine your mortgage. By refinancing, you can lower your interest rate and monthly payments. Just call Aspen Mortgage, with offices in American Fork and Payson. They offer FHA and conventional for purchases, refinances, debt consolidation, and home improvements. Approval just takes 1 hour. So call 756-7434 or 465-9400. Aspen Mortgage in your yellow pages. Financing the American dream, one home at a time.
Davon Sporting Goods proudly supports Raptors baseball. Davon is locally owned and a hometown dealer that gets behind its local baseball team. Located at 4099 Riverdale Road, Davon Sporting Goods specializes in men's and women's team sports. So cheer for the Raptors with Mark and Mike Rubin, then pay a visit to Davon Sporting Goods at 4099 Riverdale Road. Davon Sporting Goods, the friendship of those we serve is the foundation of our progress.
1280 The Sports Zone.
In baseball, the catcher protects home plate, helping the home team win. When it comes to your home or office, you win with the protection you get from Alert Alarms. They're proud to provide all your security needs. They specialize in residential and commercial systems, including burglar, fire, and video cameras. Serving all of the Provo area, Alert Alarm is #1 in customer service. So call them today at 802-0707. That's Alert Alarm. Find them in your Provo Yellow Pages.
Welcome back to 1280 The Sports Zone special coverage of the I-15 series between the Provo Angels and Ogden Raptors. Let's go back to the voice of the Raptors, Brian Petrata.
Welcome back to Lindquist Field. Again, just a beautiful night here on this Saturday evening in Ogden. We're looking at a 75-degree evening, sunny skies. Boy, when God created baseball, this was the type of day in my mind when that game came to be. Boy, I tell you what, this will be a fun series as well. 7-game set between the Ogden Raptors and Provo Angels. The first 2 games will be here in Ogden, the middle 3 in Provo, and then the last 2 to wrap up the regular season will be back here in Ogden as well. This series a tune-up for the playoffs. The South Divisional Series will be between the Ogden Raptors and Provo Angels. Game 1 on September the 6th. That will be in Provo for a 7:05 start time. Game 2 will be back in Ogden on Sunday, September the 7th. That one a 4 o'clock start. And then, if necessary, Game 3 would also be in Ogden, and that one would again be a 7 o'clock start time. So that's just something to keep in mind for the first round of the playoffs. And then the winner of that series would face either Helena or the winner of the second half in the North Division, and that's between Missoula and Great Falls. Let's take a look at what happened in the Pioneer League last night and how that North Division race might shape out. As I told you, Ogden defeated Casper 7-3, so the Raptors clinched their playoff spot last night. Phil Sobko got the win to improve to 5-2, and Steve Schmall pitched a scoreless 8th and 9th to earn his 7th save of the season. Russell Martin hit a home run in that one, his 6th of the season. Was a 2-run shot in the first inning that gave the Raptors an early 3-0 lead. Ogden kept building on that advantage and scored 2 more runs in the 8th inning to put the game away. Those runs were scored on a double by newcomer Andy Laroche, and we'll tell you more about him a little bit later on in the broadcast tonight as he is once again in the starting lineup. Other games last night in the Pioneer League, Missoula got by Helena 6-4. Rose in the win to improve to 5-4, and Alexander Cremeden recorded his league-leading 14th save. Juan Murillo for Missoula went 4 for 5 in the contest, scoring 2 runs. Manny Ramirez did have a home run for Helena in a losing cause. And meanwhile, Billings shut out Great Falls 2-0. Escortia the win, Schaefer the save, even though Brandon McCarthy for Great Falls hurled another terrific start. He went 7 innings. He allowed only 2 runs, but he took the loss, even though he struck out 13 batters in the ball game. So Brandon McCarthy remains the strikeout king in the Pioneer League. He's fanned 115 this year, but McCarthy's record drops to 9-4. So with those ball games yesterday, there is now a 3-way tie for first in the North Division. It is Missoula, Helena, and Great Falls, all at 17 and 14. That is just a terrific race, as it has been throughout much of the season. So it's right now between Missoula and Great Falls for that final playoff spot in the North. Missoula currently is in Helena. They did beat the Brewers last night, but Helena has the best overall record in the North Division. Meanwhile, Missoula is... that is Missoula at Helena. Great Falls is at home against Billings. Billings has really struggled in the second half, but they got that gutsy win last night. And so tonight, Billings is going to have John George taking the hill. No pitcher announced for Great Falls tonight. Missoula at Helena, this should be a good matchup. Tetsuya Yamaguchi is 6-6, goes for the Osprey. And for the Helena Brewers, it'll be Kenneth DeRost, who is 2-5, but DeRost has pitched much better in the second half of the season. And that's what we see quite often. The younger players and the younger teams tend to fare quite a bit better in the second half than they do in the first half. And Ogden would be no exception. The Raptors, just based on how their hierarchy works in the Dodgers system, should have an older team, but the Dodgers traditionally draft younger players. So that's why Ogden is actually one of the younger teams in the league. You can have as many as 17 players who are 21 and older or have less than 3 years of professional baseball experience. So Provo has had a full slate of those players throughout much of the season, and it's reflected as they have the best overall record in the league. Ogden has only 8 players that are 21 and over. Now, several of those players do have experience, and some of those younger players are highly drafted players. We have, in fact, tonight's starter, Jordan Pratt, who was a 5th-round pick. Ogden also has the Los Angeles Dodgers' 1st, 2nd, and 4th-round picks, but they're all out of high school, so it takes them a little while to get adjusted to professional baseball. The level of play is quite a bit different from what it is in high school. But, again, in the second half of the season, those are the type of teams that fare a little bit better. Missoula is another good example of that. Missoula got hot in the first half, and they were in the race for a little while to clinch a playoff spot in the first half, but they fell a little bit short down the stretch. And, again, one of those reasons why is inexperience. So now in the second half of the season, they've been playing much better baseball. They're 3 games above 500 in the second half, and they put themselves in a position to make a playoff run in the final week of the season, and that's really all you can ask from those younger players. But Ogden came up with a big win last night, 7-3 over the Casper Rockies. Ogden and Casper were battling it out for the final playoff spot in the South Division, and Casper the previous night on Thursday had won what was a heartbreaker for the Raptors. Casper won in extra innings, 6-5. They got a 2-run home run in the top of the 10th inning. Ogden actually got a solo home run in the bottom of the 10th. It was one of those classic games, a back-and-forth battle between two teams that have really been fighting each other all year long, not only in the standings, but also they had an on-field brawl. So they really did literally fight each other earlier in this season. Made it an emotional series for both teams. Casper was just clawing and scratching to try and stay in the playoff race. Ogden knew that if they had taken 2 games out of that 4-game set, that they would be in the playoffs. Ogden had lost the first game. Casper outslugged the Raptors 11-9. Ogden came back in game 2 to win a pitcher's duel 3-2. And then, of course, Ogden lost game 3 in 10 innings before bouncing back yesterday with a convincing 7-3 win. It was the kind of win the Raptors really needed and that the team felt they deserved. They've been working hard all year. They've done just enough to keep their head above water in that playoff race. And yesterday, finally, they put put any doubts to rest by clinching the spot with a 7-3 win. And after the game, they had quite a celebration in the clubhouse. No champagne because, again, only 8 players that are 21 years and older, so you couldn't have the alcoholic drinks in there. But did have sparkling cider and sparkling grape juice. And so it was a lot of fun just to act like that with champagne, kind of like you're acting like you're in the big leagues at this level. You're just training along the way, and part of that training is to reward yourself when you do well and you come up with a big win and clinch the playoffs as the Raptors did last night. So Ogden feeling pretty good, and Provo has had 2 days off, so they're feeling rested and ready to go tonight. It should be a good one this evening, folks. We'll have starting lineups and the first pitch coming up right after this next break. You're listening to the I-15 series between Ogden and Provo on 1280 The Sports Zone.
In sports, players spend hours perfecting the skills it takes to become a champion. At A1 Driving School, they take that approach in teaching new or nervous drivers how to perform safely behind the wheel. A1 Driving School teaches students to understand the limitations of their vehicle and how to react safely in pressure situations. So keep a champion's driving record and protect your insurance rates. For professional instruction, call A1 Driving School at 393-4116. That's A1 Driving School.
In baseball, speed around the bases is crucial. The same is true when it comes to your internet. SurfUtah.net offers all types of dial-up and high-speed internet connections starting at only $14.95 per month. Compare that to AOL or MSN, and you're saving 40%. SurfUtah.net can get you connected at home or at work. Call toll-free 888-860-SURF. Low flat rates and fast, unlimited access. It's all yours when you surf the net with SurfUtah.net.
B1. Keep it locked on 1280 Sports Zone.
You're listening to Raptors Baseball on AM 1660 KXOL. Brigham, Layton, Ogden, Salt Lake City.
Hills Baptist Church is proud to offer Wednesday night youth programs and Sunday night get-togethers. For information, call 544-2426. And be sure to bring the whole family to church on Sundays and join us in worship. That's Layton Hills Baptist Church, preaching and teaching God's Word in Jesus' name.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. It's more than just a slogan to your local State Farm agent. It's a way of life. From supporting community events to serving your insurance needs, you can count on State Farm to be a good neighbor. For car, home, life, or health insurance, your State Farm agent always delivers affordable coverage that's backed by the good neighbor service that State Farm made famous. Call your local State Farm agent today. This Raptors broadcast is brought to you by your local State Farm agents, providing insurance and financial services. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Tuned in to 1280 KTNS, Salt Lake City, Ogden, Provo, 800 KSOS, Brigham City, Ogden, 960 KOBO, Provo, 1280 The Sports Zone. First with sports. Welcome back to 1280 The Sports Zone special coverage of the I-15 series between the Provo Angels and Ogden Raptors. Let's go back to the voice of the Raptors, Brian Petrona.
And welcome back to Lindquist Field for Game 1 of the 7-game series between the Ogden Raptors and Provo Angels. Let's take a look at the starting lineup for the visiting Provo Angels. They're managed by Tom Kochman in his third year in Provo. He's been their skipper every year that the ball club has been in Provo, Utah. He'll lead off with second baseman Howard Kendrick. Matt Pauley bats second and first base. Warner Madrigal hits third in right field. Michael Collins, the cleanup hitter, will catch. Aaron Peel hits fifth and center. Jordan Wren's, a newcomer, will start in left field. Brandon Wood, the third baseman, bats seventh. Hitting eighth, Jose Guzman, the shortstop. And batting ninth, Anuri Almonte, the designated hitter. Pitching for Provo tonight, Kyle Polczyk, a 21-year-old lefty from Elkins, West Virginia. Polczyk 1-2 on the year, an ERA of an even 6. Now for the Ogden Raptors, managed by Travis Barbary in his first year as a manager. He's 31 years old, and he's done a terrific job with this young ball club. He'll lead off with center fielder Jeremy Millen. Chin-Lung Hu bats second at shortstop. Xavier Paul hits third in left field. Luis Castillo bats cleanup at third base. Andy Laroche, the fifth hitter, is the designated hitter tonight. Jeff bats sixth at first base. David Cardona hits seventh in right field. Taylor Slimak, the catcher, hits eighth. And batting ninth, Miguel Crisotomo at second base. Pitching for the Raptors, Jordan Pratt. First pitch from Pratt, grounded sharply to second. Crisotomo twirls as he backhands the ball, throws to first in time, and there's one away. One pitch, one out for Jordan Pratt. Kendrick hit it sharply, but Crisotomo made a fine backhanded stop, then a 360 spin before throwing out Kendrick. One away, now the two-hitter Matt Pauley comes up. Pauley starting at first base tonight for Provo. The Angels a little bit banged up right now. There's a fastball for a strike, and it goes 0-1 on Pauley. The Angels have just 10 position players that are available to play tonight. So they're hoping to heal a bit over this last week of the season. There's a ball down and away, goes to 1-1. A couple of players most notably missing out of the lineup, Matt Brown and Ryan Kenny. Brown actually is at a funeral tonight, so that is the reason he is not in the lineup, but Matt Brown is expected back when we head to Provo Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. 2 balls and a strike on Matt Pauley, a left-handed batter against the right-hander Jordan Pratt. Jordan 0-7 this year, an ERA of 8.25. This will be his 7th start. He has made 8 appearances out of the bullpen. Pratt, just a youngster, just barely 18 years old. There's a pitch high and away, goes to 3 balls and a strike. But the Dodgers think highly of this young right-hander. He's got good size, 6'3", 200 pounds. And he has the type of frame where he should fill out as he gets a little older. There's a strike call at the letters, goes 3-2 on Pauley. Pratt, a 5th-round pick this year out of Central High School in Independence, Oregon. 3 balls, 2 strikes. 1 out, base is empty. And there's a swing and a miss, strike 3. Pratt blazes a fastball past Matt Pauley, and there's 2 outs. With the bases empty and 2 away, number 3 hitter Warner Madrigal comes up. The native of San Pedro, the Dominican Republic, starting in right field tonight. Madrigal, a good-sized right-handed hitter. He'll score top of the first in game 1 of the series. Jordan Pratt spins and deals to Madrigal, and he strike call in the inside corner. Thought he missed it, but it caught the black, so it goes to a ball and a strike on Madrigal. He's 6 foot, 215 pounds, and he does have the power to go along with that size. There's a curve and a high fly ball deep to left center field. Millen and Paul going back, and that ball is gone, a home run. Well, it didn't lie to you. There's a home run by Madrigal that makes it 1-0 Provo here in the first inning. You look at Jordan Pratt's numbers, and they certainly don't overwhelm you. But he has pitched much better his last 2 or 3 times out. Certainly a lot better than those numbers would indicate. Some gutsy appearances has kept the Raptors in the last 2 times he has started the ball game. Hasn't gotten a whole lot of run support. That's the main reason why he still has not recorded his first professional win. So here's Michael Collins, the catcher. Pratt deals down and inside. 1 ball, no strikes to count. Jordan Pratt has allowed just 3 earned runs in his last 9 innings. There's a chopper left side of the infield charging as Castillo gloves it, guns to first, and that is not in time. Michael Collins beats out an infield single, and that'll bring up the number 5 hitter Aaron Teal. So with 2 outs, Warner Madrigal hits a home run to give Provo an early lead, and now Michael Collins beats out an infield single. Brings up another tough hitter in Aaron Peel, the center fielder for Provo, batting .301. Has 6 home runs and 36 RBIs this year. The stretch in the pitch from Pratt. High chopper towards short. That's going to be over the head of Chin Lung Hu and into center. Rounding second, going to third is Michael Collins. So runners at the corners with 2 outs, and now the number 6 hitter Jordan Wren comes up. Well, kind of a tough break for Jordan Pratt in those last 2. Neither one particularly hit well. They were just placed well. Provo pounding the ball into the dirt and getting a couple of hits that way. First and third, 2 away. Now the number 6 hitter, Jordan Wren, steps up. He's a newcomer, just called up from the Arizona Rookie League, which is a step below Provo in the Angels hierarchy. There's a liner toward right field. Crisostomo can't make the play, and a run will score. It's 2-0 Provo. Base hit for Jordan Wren's into right field, so in his first Provo at-bat, he drives in a run. Welcome to the Pioneer League, Jordan. Once again, didn't hit that ball all that well, but Miguel Crisostomo, having to play close to second with Peel at first, goes into left field. His arm was outstretched toward left, charging after that baseball, and he got there almost in time. The ball just nicked off the edge of his glove, and that puts runners at first and second with 2 away. So here's the number 7 batter, Brandon Wood. Provo leading at 2-0 in the first inning. Pratt sets and deals, and Wood takes a curve low and outside, 1-0. Looks like there's a pitcher on every team that just doesn't have good luck. And right now, I think that's Jordan Pratt for the Raptors. 0-0. Another liner, and that one's going to sneak through between first and second. That'll score a run. Still runners at first and third. The throw down to third base, not in time. That's the 5th consecutive hit for Provo. Again, none of these have been hit particularly hard. They've just been in the right spot. Now the Raptor pitching coach, Tim Kelly, will come out to have a word with Jordan Pratt. We got the first out of the inning relatively easily. Got a ground out and a strikeout. Then Madrigal homered. Michael Collins reached on an infield single. Then Aaron Peel chopped one over the head of the shortstop. Jordan Wren came up, and he looped one into right field. The second baseman, Miguel Crisostomo, went back, almost made the play, but it hits off the tip of his glove. And then Brandon Wood comes up, and he hits a soft line drive right between first and second. Well, Jordan Pratt not throwing all that poorly, but you wouldn't know it by the score. It's 3-0 Provo, and the number 8 hitter, Jose Guzman, comes up. By the way, the Raptor defense looks like this. Jeff Comfort at first base, Miguel Crisostomo at second, Chin-Lung Hu at short, Luis Castillo at third, and Taylor Slimak catching. In left field, Xavier Paul. In center, Jeremy Millen. And in right is David Cardona. Here's Jose Guzman, first and third, 2 away. Guzman takes strike 1 from Jordan Pratt. Our umpires tonight, Greg Tucker calling the balls and strikes. Russell Barrett is on the base paths. 0-1 on Guzman. Guzman, a switch hitter, will go for the left side against the right-hander Pratt. The 0-1 pitch, runner goes towards second, and a bouncing ball foul brings the count to 0-2. Brandon Wood trying to steal a base. Guzman fouled off the pitch, so no balls and 2 strikes for the Provo shortstop. Stretch from Pratt, and the 2-strike offering. Swing and a miss, strike 3. That'll retire the side, but not before Provo gets 3 runs on 5 hits. No errors, and 2 men left. We'll go to the bottom of the first inning. It's Provo 3, Ogden coming up. You're listening to Raptors Baseball on 1280 The Sports Zone.
Are you thinking about remodeling your home, adding a bay window, skylights, updating your kitchen or bath, or maybe even adding square footage? Whatever your ideas, Guy Wilkins Construction can make it happen. We have over 30 years of experience making your home improvement dreams come true. For free estimates and references, call 731-1041. That's 731-1041. Guy Wilkins Construction. No job is too large or too small. We do it all, and we want to be your general contractor.
1280, the Sports Zone.
How far a team goes in a season depends on the coach. It's his job to make the right decision every time. If you're deciding on the right loan program for your home, contact Day Financial Services. They help working Americans realize their financial goals and the dream of home ownership. For fast approvals and no hassles, call 773-4468. Apply over the phone for a new purchase, refinance, or debt consolidation. That's 773-4468 for Day Financial Services in Roy, coaching you in the right direction.
It's the Provo Angels against the Ogden Raptors. The I-15 series on 1280 The Sports Zone.
Welcome back to Lindquist Field. We go to the bottom of the first inning. It's Provo 3 and Ogden coming up. Jeremy Millen, Chin-Long Hu, Xavier Paul. And if anyone reaches Luis Castillo, they'll face a left-hander, Kyle Polczyk. He's a 21-year-old from Elkins, West Virginia. Picked in the third round of the 2001 draft. But he's got good size at 6'5", 185 pounds. Just did turn 21, did Polczyk. So the Angels still feel he can be a part of their minor league system down the road. He's had a tough start. This will be his fourth appearance in the Pioneer League this year. He's off to a 1-2 start, an ERA of an even 6. 12 innings, he's allowed 11 hits and 8 runs, all of them earned, but he has struck out 9 and walked only 4. Polczyk spent most of the year in the Arizona Rookie League. That is a true rookie league, a step below the Pioneer League. And in the Arizona League, he didn't fare much better. He was 0-2 there and a 6.49 ERA. And he was just troubled by wildness, mainly. In the Arizona League, in 26 innings, he'd walked 19 batters. So he'd really had a rough time of it. And then finally on August the 7th, he threw a 7-inning, 1-run ball game against the Cubs farm team down there. And with the injuries higher up in the Angels system, Provo has had to promote some pitchers, and so Polczyk was one of the first they plucked from their team down in Arizona. Here's Jeremy Millen to lead off the first inning for the Raptors. He'll take a fastball a little bit low, and it's a ball and no strikes. Millen's hitting .315, 1 home run, 22 RBIs. He's flip-flopped with Alejandro Diaz in the leadoff spot recently. There's a strike on the outside corner, evens it up, and Jeremy, one of the more versatile Raptors. He can hit leadoff. He's also batted second, fifth, sixth, seventh, just about anywhere in the lineup. Bouncing ball just fouled down the third base line. And the count goes to 1-2 on Jeremy Millen. Jeremy had a big series against Casper in that 4-game set. He was 8 out of 17, just below a 500 average. The 1-2 pitch, lifted toward right field, a pop fly. Warner Madrigal drifting over toward the line in right will make the catch, and there's one away. Well, Millen's retired, and that'll bring up the number 2 hitter, Chin-Long Hu. Chin-Long Hu from Tainan City, Taiwan. He has just electrified the crowd in Ogden this year. Hu only 19 years old, but he's tearing it up, batting .300, 3 home runs, 22 RBIs. And there's a ground ball, sharply hit to short. Guzman comes up with it to throw to first in time, and there's 2 outs. So pop fly to right, a ground out to short, and now the number 3 hitter, Xavier Paul, comes up. Provo has a 3-0 lead. They scored all 3 of their runs in the first inning with 2 outs. The Raptors trying to do the same here in the bottom of the first. Xavier Paul, another fine-looking prospect. He's only 18. Drafted in the 4th round this year of Slidell High School in Slidell, Louisiana. And he has lived up to all the hype. There's a pitch inside, 1-0. We were talking with Dan Evans, the general manager of the Dodgers, a few days ago, and on this program, he told us that right before they signed Xavier, they invited him out to Dodger Stadium. There's a bouncing ball up the middle, grabbed it short by Guzman. The throw to first is in time, and a 1-2-3 inning. We'll tell you more about Xavier Paul later on in the broadcast. But let's go to the second. It's Provo 3, Ogden nothing. You're listening to the I-15 series here on 1280 The Sports Zone.
Need an escape from the hustle and bustle of city life? It's time to consider Bandana Ranch. Located between Strawberry and Starvation Reservoirs, you can play with your ATVs and snowmobiles on more than 18,000 acres of beautiful mountains. 5-acre recreation lots are available now, starting at $15,000. Call 888-476-5515 for more information. So leave the city behind and reserve your spot now at Bandana Ranch.
Hang out with Baller Jack and Monson, 4 until 7 on 1280 The Sports Zone.
When you're looking for something special for summer lunches, Wonder Bread and Hostess Cakes will hit a home run. Kids ask for Hostess snacks with cream fillings they love. Twinkies, cupcakes, Ho-Hos, fruit pies, fresh donuts. Hostess stands for fun. And make that special sandwich with soft, fresh slices of Wonder Bread or home fried bread from your local hometown bakers. Wonder Bread and Hostess Cakes, a winning combination.
Welcome back to 1280 B Sports Zone special coverage of the I-15 series between the Provo Angels and Ogden Raptors. Let's go back to the voice of the Raptors, Brian Petrano.
Top half of the second inning at Ogden. It's the Provo Angels 3, the Ogden Raptors nothing. And Jordan Pratt will face the 9-1 and 2 hitters in the Provo lineup. Nuri Almonte will lead things off. He's the designated hitter tonight. And another player for Provo just called up from the Arizona Rookie League. Takes ball 1 down low from Pratt. Almonte, 5'11", 160. He's a native of the Dominican Republic. Signed last year by the Anaheim Angels. There's a pop fly right field side. In fact, at first base, Jeff Comfort trying for it at the fence, leans over and can't quite make the play. So the count evens up at a ball and a strike. Comfort misjudged it a bit. Ball actually hit behind him. It was reachable, but he wasn't quite in the right spot. So it's 1-1 on Almonte. He actually began the year with Provo before being sent down to the Arizona League. He hit .205 in his first go-around with the Angels. 1-1 pitch, missed down and in. Little homers, he knocked in a couple. So then they sent Almonte down to Arizona, and it didn't fare much better there. He was batting .200 in that league. With ball 3 down and away. Jordan Pratt with some good stuff and good movement. He'll tickle the 90s with his fastball. And a big sweeping curve as well. Here's the 3-1. Down and in, ball 4. So a leadoff walk issued to the number 9 hitter, Nuri Almonte. That's something you don't want to do. You almost don't mind if you give up a hit. But you certainly don't want to walk a guy who's batting .200. So now you go to the top of the lineup, and Howard Kendrick, this fellow's hitting .359. And Howie Kendrick with 3 home runs, 33 RBIs, which is amazing for the leadoff spot. Pratt to the belt, and the pitch, the runner goes. High fly ball into right center field. Almonte has to hurry back to first base as David Cardona makes the catch in right field. So there's one away with 1 on in the second, and now the number 2 hitter, Matt Polly, comes up.
First base, number 33, Matt Polly.
Polly struck out swinging his first time, so he's 0 for 1 tonight. He comes in hitting .347, 8 home runs, 38 knocked in. And really good power up and down this Provo lineup. The Angels have hit more home runs than anyone else in the Pioneer League. Pratt steps off the rubber and looks to first. And Nuri Almonte did not attempt a stolen base while he was in Provo the first time around. The Angels don't run much. Reason why is they do lead the league in home runs. Provo is a prolific offensive team. They lead the league in just about every major offensive category. Here's the pitch to Pauly, missing high and away, 1 ball, no strikes. Provo leads the league with a .300 batting average. The 65 home runs are most in the league. That's about 1 a ball game, which is tremendous. And they already have 1 tonight. The 1-0 from Pratt. Line sharply toward left field, but well foul. And the count evens up at a ball and a strike. Provo also leads the Pioneer League in slugging percentage, on base percentage, runs per game, hits, doubles, and walks. Tells you what kind of season they've had. It's kind of depressing as a Raptor fan. 1 ball, 1 strike on Matt Pauly. A toss over to first, and crawling back safely as Almonte as the throw from Pratt one-hopped at first base. Tell you what, if he throws a strike to first, they have a chance to pick off Almonte there. He did not get back very quickly. 1 ball, 1 strike on Matt Pauley. There goes the runner. The 1-1 pitch is foul tipped, and it goes to 1-2 now. Pauley, a left-handed hitter, standing 6'1", 210 pounds. He was the 17th round pick this year out of Florida Atlantic College. Provo does have a lot of players that hail from the state of Florida. There's a good reason for that. Their manager, Tom Kochman, is the Angels' primary scout in Florida. So he really knows these players. Those are the guys he wants on his team. Here's a line drive, base hit between first and second. Almonte holds at second base. So runners at first and second with 1 down. And now the number 3 hitter, Warner Madrigal, comes up. Madrigal from the Dominican Republic has come on strong after a slow start to this season. Madrigal comes in hitting .364 now, and that places him 3rd in the league behind 2 players who are on the disabled list right now. Lou Palmisano batting .391 and Ricardo Nanita, who's hitting .384. And both of those players could very well drop out of the race by the end of the season. Have to have a certain number of plate appearances. Palmisano almost certainly will not be there. Nanita, it's hard to say. Going to be very close. 1 ball, no strikes on Warner Madrigal. Jordan Pratt to the belt, sets the runner at second. Now the pitch. Swing and a miss. Late on a fastball was Madrigal that evens the count at 1-1. Just a reminder, folks, we will be joined by a special guest tonight on the broadcast. Raptor first baseman Mike Ludwig, who is serving another game of his suspension for that bench-clearing brawl in Casper a few weeks ago. Will provide a little color for us tonight. Here's a pop-up right side of the infield. Comfort, the first baseman, charging in, racing in, makes the catch, and there's 2 outs. Normally feel pretty good with Jeff Comfort in those pop-ups because he's a former outfielder. In fact, that's where he spent a good portion of his career. But that was a tough play for him. Bill was able to make the catch. Now 2 outs and 2 on. And the cleanup hitter, Michael Collins, comes up. Collins beat out an infield single his first time, and he scored a run, helping Provo to this 3-0 lead in the 2nd inning. Time called by Collins. Collins getting a chance to play more recently. And he's responded well, batting .336, 1 home run, 12 RBIs. And he golfs 1 foul on the right field side, goes to 0-1. Collins, a native of Canberra, Australia. I have a few Australians in the league this year. A more international flavor to this season. Of course, the Raptors have a shortstop from Taiwan. And you don't see many players from Taiwan either. Here's a stretch, the 0-1. Found straight back, goes 0-2 on Collins. And an unusually large number of Canadians in the league this year, especially on the Raptors roster. Canada catching up in the baseball department. 4 balls, 2 strikes on Collins. We have Matt Pauley at first, on Nuri Almonte at second, with Provo already leading 3-0. Back to the belt, the 0-2 pitch. Popped him up into shallow right. Cardona lost it at first, now comes in. The second baseman, Crisotomo, is able to save everyone by making a play in right field. Tough play for Crisotomo. He was probably the least likely to make that grab, but give him credit for taking charge. That ends the 2nd. No runs on a hit, and 2 men left. We go to the bottom of the 2nd inning. It's Provo 3, Ogden 0. You're listening to Raptors baseball on 1280 The Sports Zone.
In this new millennium, corporate image is everything, and first impressions are more important than ever. That's why more businesses are teaming up with Zingman Professional Printing. Zingman provides full-service printing and full-color capacity for both process and digital. They feature full design services for Macintosh and Windows and high-speed copying and bindery capabilities. For quality printing and superior service, call Zingman Professional Printing at 475-4708. That's 475-4708.
1280 The Sports Zone.
Hey, contractors, next time you get ready to dig it, bust it, plant it, count on Cat's new line of compact machines and work tools to get the job done. Featuring skid steers, mini excavators, compact wheel loaders, and more. All built Cat tough for the guys who get dirty. So go ahead, load it, drill it, haul it. Because now you can count on Cat for all your equipment needs.
Visit a Wheeler Machinery Cat rental store near you or call 1-800-RENT-CAT. Again, that's 1-800-RENT-CAT.
It's the Provo Angels against the Ogden Raptors. The I-15 series on 1280 The Sports Zone.
All right, Petrata back with you in Lindquist Field in Ogden, Utah. We go to the bottom of the second inning now. It'll be the middle third of the Raptors lineup to face Polczyk, the starter for Provo. Polczyk put Ogden down in order in the first inning, got a fly out and a couple of ground outs to short. Now they'll face a couple of the guys with some power. Castillo, Laroche, and Comfort. The Raptors here in this inning. And if anyone reaches, David Cardona. So here's Castillo. The Raptor third baseman is hitting .289. 7 home runs, 46 RBIs, leads the team in homers and runs batted in. And the pitch from Polczyk. Fastball a little bit low. 1 ball, no strikes. Castillo knocked in a run last night. The Raptors 7-3 win over Casper. Takes ball 1 down and away. Castillo had a base hit in that one, scored a run. There's the 2-0 from Polczyk, way outside for ball 3. Again, that's been the Achilles heel for Polczyk this year. And wildness has hurt him time and time again. 19 walks in 26 innings in the Arizona League. Here's ball 4 outside, so he walks Castillo on 4 straight. Leadoff walk for the Raptors. That'll bring up the number 5 hitter, Andy Laroche. It'll be the first time that Provo has seen Laroche. But he is quite a talent. Don't be fooled. He was drafted in the 39th round, but the main reason that happened is because teams didn't think they could sign him. He had already indicated he would attend Rice University in the fall, transferring from Grayson County Community College in Texas. Here's the pitch. Called strike at the knees. Goes 0-1 on Laroche. So because he had already signed with Rice, coming off that national championship, teams really didn't think they could sign Andy Laroche. There's the ball down low, goes 1-1. Also, what might have scared him away was the fact that he broke his leg during the season in college. And so he's trying to work himself back from that. But he hit the ball extremely well in the Cape Cod League. And as a matter of fact, he was named the top position player in the Cape Cod League. Meanwhile, the Dodgers were having trouble signing their third-round pick this year, so they took that money and added a little bit more to it. Signed Andy Laroche about 2 weeks ago. And it started to pay off last night when hitless in his first 6 at-bats. Now he grounds one down the third base line, but foul. But last night, Laroche in the 4th inning singles, later scores on a double by Jeff Comfort. And then in the 8th inning, he came up with what might have been the biggest hit of the night for the Raptors. With Ogden leading 5-3, 2 men on base and 2 outs, Laroche doubles into the gap in left center. That scores 2 runs and really puts the ball game away. That gave Ogden their 7-3 win. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and the Raptors' designated hitter. Polczyk to the belt, checks the runner at first. Now the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3, as Laroche chases one up around his eyebrows. 1 out in the 2nd inning, and now the number 6 hitter, Jeff Comfort, comes up. Comfort started to break out of a slump last night. He went 2 for 4 yesterday. He's had a rough month of August. Comfort was hitting just 157 in August before that 2 for 4 outburst yesterday. In fact, Comfort really was the Raptors' player of the game yesterday. He doubled and tripled, scored a run, drove in a run. But his big play was on the defensive side. First pitch to him, swung on and missed, 0-1. In the first inning last night, Casper had the bases loaded with 2 out, and their best hitter at the plate, Daniel Underwood, lined a drive toward right field. Comfort leaped up at first base and was able to pick off the line drive to the final out of that inning. And that saved 2 runs right there. And he scores one later on and drives in one, so could say that Comfort was responsible for a 4-run turnaround in that ballgame. That's a called strike from Polczyk, so the count 0-2 with Luis Castillo on at first and 1 away. Castillo not a threat to steal. He has not attempted one this year. The 2-strike pitch. Grounded down the first base line. Stepping on first is Pauly. Throws to second. They still get it in time for the double play, and that retires the side. No runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left on. We go to the top of the 3rd inning. It is Provo 3, Ogden nothing. You're listening to Raptors baseball on 1280, the Sports Zone.
Did you know that 70% of all accidents occur at home? How prepared are you in case of an emergency? Z Medical can provide you not only with the highest quality first aid products, but critical training so you'll know how to use them in an emergency. From hiking and biking kits to waterproof kits for your watercraft, Z Medical is your neighborhood first aid and safety expert. Call 800-224-3221 or visit them east of the Olympic Oval off 5400 South in Kearns.
Z Medical, reminding you to be safe so you can have fun out there this summer.
Dave Fox and Ryan Hatch are talking sports 1 to 4 on 1280, the Sports Zone.
Ball players will tell you the only way to make the All-Star team is to give 100% of the time. Why expect anything less from your auto repair shop? The professionals at CompuTune are Provo's foremost and friendliest automotive specialists. From routine oil changes to major overhauls, you'll appreciate the attention to detail and courtesy in every job they do. That's CompuTune, your complete automotive service and repair center. Give them a call at 374-0775. They're the All-Stars of the auto repair industry.
Welcome back to 1280 the Sports Zone special coverage of the I-15 series between the Provo Angels and Ogden Raptors. Let's go back to the voice of the Raptors, Brian Petrata.
Brian Petrata back with you in Ogden. We go to the top half of the 3rd inning. It's Provo 3, Ogden nothing. This is the I-15 series between the Ogden Raptors and Provo Angels. Game 1 of a 7-game set between these two. And a matter of fact, these teams could play as many as 10 games in a row because they will also face each other in the Southern Divisional playoffs, which start immediately after the completion of this series. And for those of you wondering, September 6th will be the first playoff game in Provo, 7:05 start time. Aaron Peel fouls off the first pitch from Jordan Pratt here in the 3rd inning, so it's no balls and a strike. Tonight's game brought to you in part by Buckley Homes. Buckley is better. By surfutah.net. Surf the net with surfutah.net. And by New Deal Used Cars, we finance. There's a ball up high on Aaron Peel, so the count evens up at 1-1. Peel singled and scored his last time up. All right, grounds one sharply to short. Chin-Long Hu makes the stop, spins and throws to first in time. 1 away, 3rd inning. That's a tough play, but Chin-Long Hu is starting to make that one look routine. That's a ground ball right back up the middle, just barely to the left of second. Hu has to make the play behind the bag in second. Makes a 360 spin and still gets the runner in plenty of time. So 1 out, base is empty, and Jordan Wren steps up. Wren takes a ball down and away. He singled in a run his first time. So he's 1 for 1 in the Pioneer League this year. So the first at-bat for the Angels. Here's a bouncer up the middle as well. Chin-Long Hu makes this play behind second. Plenty of time to throw out Wren. And there's 2 outs in the 3rd. Crowd really appreciating what Chin-Long Hu has done for this team. He's played brilliant defense. And over the last month or 5 weeks, he's swung a tremendous bat as well. Great crowd on hand tonight in Ogden. That's despite the fact that Weber State is in action tonight. There's a curve and a strike, and it's 0-1 on Brandon Wood. Tickets were available tonight at any Ogden area Zions Bank. Well, that certainly contributes to a nice turnout tonight. Swinging a miss, Brandon Wood chased the fastball upstairs. So he's quickly down 0-2. Wood, the first-round pick of the Anaheim Angels this year. Two-strike offering, checks his swing, and a miss a little bit low. Wood singled in a run his first time. He's hitting .237 this year. Couple of home runs, 19 RBIs. 1-2 pitch coming up from Pratt. Bouncing ball towards second. Backhanded by Crisotomo. Stops, throws to first. Digging it out of the dirt is Comfort. And a 1-2-3 inning for Jordan Pratt on 3 terrific defensive plays. We go to the bottom of the third. It's still Provo 3, Ogden nothing. You're listening to the I-15 series on 1280 The Sports Zone.
This season, savor the sweet taste of victory with a fine cigar. With the Raptors in hot pursuit of the Pioneer League Championship, more fans are coming to Smokies for a fine selection of domestic and imported premium cigars. Smokies is a full-service tobacconist featuring a complete line of pipes, bulk tobaccos, and accessories. Locally owned and operated and open 9 to 7 Monday through Friday, 9 to 6 Saturday. Get your victory cigars at Smokies.
Smokies, taking this opportunity to salute our armed forces.
Craftsmanship. It's best defined as a job carefully seen through from beginning to end. At Eagle Eye Cabinets, we have a passion for craftsmanship. That's why loyal customers, including the Raptors, rely on Eagle Eye for their cabinetry. There's pride in workmanship and professionalism in every job we do. Need an estimate or design consultation? Just give us a call in Ogden at 399-1545. Eagle Eye Cabinets, proud to salute our troops fighting for freedom both at home and abroad.
It's the Provo Angels against the Ogden Raptors. The I-15 series on 1280 The Sports Zone.
The Ogden Raptors trail the Provo Angels 3-0 as we go to the bottom of the third inning. Kyle Polczyk, the starter for Provo, has faced the minimum so far, so now he'll go up against the bottom third of the Raptor lineup. David Cardona, Taylor Slimak, and Miguel Crisotomo will bat here in the third. 3 runs on 6 hits for Provo. Ogden hitless so far. Their only base runner was a leadoff walk to Luis Castillo in the second, but he was thrown out on a double play ball that ended the inning. So Cardona, the lead off the third. He's hitting .287, 1 home run, 13 RBIs. He had 2 hits his last time out. Did not play yesterday, but the night before he got those 2 singles. The line of the pitch from Polczyk, and a high fly ball left center field. Aaron Peel chasing after it, makes the catch at the warning track, and there's 1 away in the third inning. We'll bring up Taylor Slimak with 1 out and the bases empty. Boy, Cardona hit that one well, but Aaron Peel had him played well and was able to track it down. Slimak, the batter, he's hitting .302, no home runs, 7 RBIs. Not played a whole lot this year. We were talking with Thomas Piazza, another catcher for the Raptors, on the program last night. Joined us in the broadcast booth for the final few innings yesterday. And, well, he understands how it is. He and Taylor are first-year players. Mike Lynch and Russell Martin are in their second years as professionals, so due to seniority, they've had the majority of the playing time this year. But when Slimak has played, he's hit the ball well. There's a liner towards short, backhanded by Guzman. The throw to first is in time, and there's 2 away. Slimak has that sweet left-handed swing. That time just didn't jump on the ball hard enough. So with 2 outs and the bases empty, the number 9 hitter, Miguel Crisotomo, comes up. Well, Polczyk had given up 8 runs in 12 innings coming into this one, but so far, the first time through the lineup, Ogden does not have a hit. Crisotomo takes ball 1 down and in. Miguel Crisotomo hitting .232, no home runs, 7 RBIs. He's hit the ball much better over the last few weeks. There's a strike call, evens the count at 1-1. Again, another one of those younger players who's gotten hot towards the end of the season. Something you see quite a bit in the Pioneer League. 1-1 pitch. Popped up, first base side, foul territory. Pauly giving chase, but he will run out of room, bounces into the crowd. One ball, 2 strikes on Cristodomo. That one bounced in the grandstand back out to the first baseman, Pauly. He tossed it into the crowd, but the fans dropped it right back onto the field. They had a few scattering boos there for the gentleman that dropped the ball. Here's again the 1-2 pitch. Cristodomo swings and misses for strike 3, and another 1-2-3 inning for Kyle Polczyk. We'll go to the top of the 4th inning. It's Provo 3, Ogden nothing. You're listening to Raptors baseball on 1660 KXOL.
Where in Utah can you find the best steak voters run? At the Ruby River Steakhouse, that's where. Ruby River offers USDA choice steaks, prime rib and barbecued ribs, pasta, fish, and chicken. We also offer our own handcrafted brews. Lunch, dinner, banquet. All we ask is that you come hungry. Ruby River Steakhouse is located at 4286 Riverdale Road in Ogden. Or give us a call at 622-7320. Ruby River. What a steak ought to be.
It's the King and I, 10 to 1 on 1280 Sports Zone.
There's nothing like the feeling of hitting the road on a motorcycle. The wind in your hair, that sense of freedom. Sounds great, doesn't it? At Carey's Cycle Center in Riverdale, they can help you experience that feeling for yourself. They specialize in the sales and service of Yamaha motorcycles, as well as ATVs and snowmobiles. Stop by and see them at 4450 South 700 West in Riverdale, or visit the website at careycycle.com. Carey's Cycle Center, a proud sponsor of Raptors baseball.
Welcome back to 1280 Sports Zone special coverage of the I-15 series between the Provo Angels and Ogden Raptors. Let's go back to the voice of the Raptors, Brian Petrova.
Welcome back to Lindquist Field. We go to the top of the 4th inning now. It's Provo 3, Ogden nothing, and we're joined by a very special guest, Raptor first baseman Mike Ludwig.
How you doing, Brian?
Doing great, Mike.
Back.
Yeah, good to have you back on the program. We got cut short last time.
We did. Hopefully I'm not bad luck and won't happen again.
We're back by popular demand, though, Mike. Well, you're only with me for an inning, but clamoring to have you. The fans have been.
Mm-hmm.
Guzman bunts, third base line. Castillo charges, guns over to first, and he fires it high into the bullpen of Provo. So going to second will be Guzman. That'll be an error all the way. So runner at second, no one out, and now the 9-hitter Nuri Almonte comes up. Well, kind of a tough start to this one, huh?
Yeah, it was a tough start for Jordan Pratt. He threw some pretty good strikes in the first inning. He had some good hop to his arm, too. He was right around 90, 92, but, he gave up. He was unfortunate that he gave up a few ground balls that squeaked through and a few broken bats, and he's settled down nicely since, but that first inning was a little rough for the young right-hander.
So here's the 9-hitter Almonte, who drew a walk his first time, and he'll take a fastball up over his noggin as he squares the bunt, and it goes 1-0. Something to think about. Some pitchers really like to do that. You know, they see a guy square the bunt, they like to blaze that fastball up and in on him.
Some like to, and some just have it happen every once in a while. It looks like a changeup that just got away from him.
Bunt down the first base line. Comfort Fields throws over to first, and that's going to go wild. A run will score. It's 4-0 Provo. Little confusion over who would cover first base. Cristodomo, the second baseman, or Pratt, the pitcher. Jordan Pratt pulled up suddenly. I think that's who Comfort thought was going to cover. He stopped, and Cristodomo didn't make it all the way over there either.
That's Jordan Pratt's play all the way, and I think he was a little confused that Cristodomo was over there in the first place. In that situation, it really Pratt has the right of way. If Cristodomo's over there, maybe he should call him off. But that's Jordan Pratt's ball. Nice play by Comfort to get over there, but that's a play that doesn't happen too often because usually the second baseman isn't going to make it that far or even make it far enough to where that's an issue. Cristodomo got over there, but not quite far enough, and the ball went astray.
The runner goes now. The first pitch to Kendrick is a strike. No throw attempted by Taylor Slimak, and a stolen base for Nuri Almonte. The bad luck continues for Jordan Pratt tonight.
He's thrown pretty good strikes, I think, in the 36 or so innings that he's pitched this year. He has around 15 or so walks and another handful of hit batsmen, and he really hasn't been.
So swing and a miss. The bat goes flying out of the hands of Kendrick and to the stands and left. That cleared the screen that's up above the dugout.
And that went, let me count here, 2, 4, about 10 rows up. That was, if bat tossing was an Olympic sport, Kendrick may be our guy. That was, I mean, we've seen some bats thrown, particularly the last few weeks. I think Xavier Paul buzzed the tower about 3 or 4 times in the Casper dugout, but that was a heck of a throw by Kendrick. That new lumber down.
The next event in the strongest man competition.
The banana stock holding the bat throw.
Right. There's strike 3, but it pops out of the glove of Slimak and goes into the dugout of Provo, so that's going to put Kendrick at first, and Almonte will go to third base. So strikeout for Pratt, but a pass ball, and that's at first and third with no one out. Well, it can't get much uglier, can it?
No, that was a pretty good pitch from Pratt. It kind of ran away from him. It looked like a fastball, and it kind of ran up and away. Slimak had a pretty good glove on it. It just kind of squirted out the end and kept running away from him.
So runners at the corners, no one out. And now Matt Pauley comes up. Pauley 1 out of 2 today. Struck out in the first. He singled his last time up. Pratt's a stretch and deals. Ground ball towards second. Crisotomo will flip to who? No, he'll take it himself. Guns to first in time and a 4-3 double play. That will score a run to make it 5-0 Provo, but now there's 2 outs and the base is empty.
That was a nice play by Crisotomo, knowing the runner Paul doesn't run exceptionally well. It was stepped over, made a good strong throw over to Comfort. That was a nice play. Second nice play tonight by Miguel Crisotomo. Had that nice one to open the game, going to his left, going to his right.
There's Warner Madrigal now. The line of the pitch from Pratt, a little high for a ball. And Crisotomo was one that had really struggled earlier in the season defensively, but it looks like he's slowly coming around. And those younger players, it gets better as the season goes on.
Sure.
There's the 1-0. Missing down and away. 2 balls, no strikes on Madrigal.
Crisotomo's dealing a little bit with the work crunch with the about 9 middle infielders that the Raptors have, particularly with the promotion of Dominic Wren about a month ago, and once Chin Long Hu was healthy after he had a little stint, and Juan Gonzalez missed a few games, Crisotomo has gotten a little bit of short end, but he made some nice plays tonight.
2-1 pitch, bounced down the third base line. Castillo waits on it. The backhand, the throw to first, and Comfort can't dig it out. Goes wild again. Another poor throw by Castillo, and that will put Madrigal at second with 2 outs. Another error on Castillo, his second of the inning.
The first throw, he actually made a pretty nice play coming to the ball and just didn't quite get his feet on him. This time, it looks like he got his feet on him a little too early and just fired it over, and
they're a little too high the first time, a little too low the next time.
Yeah, and that's a tough pick over there at first base too, because he's throwing about as hard as he can, and it was not even an in-between hop, but even a little bit further on this infield, which is a pretty good surface. But once it dries out a little bit as the night progresses, it gets a little bit hard, and it's kind of it'll fool you a little bit.
Yeah, it took a strong hop there. Here's the cleanup hitter, Collins. He takes ball 1 low and outside from Pratt. 2 runs across here for Provo in the 4th. They now lead it 5-0. Collins today reached on an infield hit, scored a run in the first inning. He popped out to second his last time up.
Pratt's been able to get Madrigal in the last 2 at-bats on the same pitch. He hit about 430 feet. Hats off to him. That was a pretty good pitch for Pratt, and his bad luck continues.
There's a strike, and that'll even it up at 1-1. Collins comes in hitting 336, and he's been really a part-time player for this club. So to have a part-time guy hitting 336, that's a nice luxury for Tom Kochman, the Provo manager, to have.
They got about everybody hitting about 336. The team average of 300. coming into action tonight, and there are 7 hits in the first morning. Ain't going to hurt that either.
There's the 1-1. Fouled off, right field side, goes to 1-2 now.
That got away with him there, left that curveball up a little bit, much like he did that one in the first inning to Madrigal, just kind of spun up there and called a floater or a hitter, but otherwise Pratt had real good action on his arm tonight. Those few mistakes, even the hits they got, 3 or 4 of those hits are just kind of squeakers through the right side.
Yeah, bad luck hits, if you will. 1-2 pitch, a check swing, but he went around for strike 3. Taylor Slimak will throw him out at first, and that retires the side. 2 more runs across in the inning without the benefit of a hit. There were 3 errors, and 1 man left on. We go to the bottom of the 4th. It's Provo 5, Ogden nothing. You're listening to the I-15 series on 1280 The Sports Zone.
Hey fans, are you looking for a good car? Have previous credit problems? Need a second chance? Then have we got a deal for you. We're New Deal Used Cars, and we can help you with your credit problems. We feature a great selection of reliable used cars and friendly, courteous service, guaranteed. We finance our own loans, which means you'll buy with us and pay with us with simple, easy terms you can live with. New Deal Used Cars. Let us put you in a vehicle today at 3213 Wall Avenue in Ogden.
1280, the Sports Zone.
Hey fans, a good way to protect your car, home, or business from sun exposure and crime is to have your windows tinted. Window tinting is easy and affordable through Performance Tint and Customizing. For fast, free estimates backed by 10 years of experience and a lifetime warranty, call 801-223-9418. Performance Tint also specializes in leather interiors, mobile video, and car audio systems. Performance Tint and Customizing in Orem, Utah County's window tinting specialist.
It's the Provo Angels against the Ogden Raptors.
You're listening to Raptors Baseball on AM 1660 KXOL. Brigham, Layton, Ogden, Salt Lake City.
Angels by a 5-0 score. First time through the lineup, Kyle Polczyk, the left-hander for Provo. No hit Ogden, though he did issue 1 walk. Got out of it on a double play ball. So now again he'll face the top third of the Raptor lineup. Jeremy Millen, Chin Lung Hu, and Xavier Paul. Again, we're joined by Raptor first baseman Mike Ludwig. And, Mike, you were kind of bad luck there in the 4th.
Oh, man. Hopefully I just produce runs up here, and I'll just stick around for the Ogden half of the inning. But
there we go. Right on. Here's Jeremy Millen to lead off the 4th. He flew out to right field his first time, so he's hitless in 1 tonight.
Millen has really come on in probably the second, third this year. He spent the first half right around 230, 240, and then he's really taken off. And now he's at 315.
Swing and a miss by Jeremy. The count 0-1. Well, he's the type of guy you look at his frame and you think, man, once he fills out and once he gets a good feel for this game, he could be a heck of a player.
Sure. Reminds me a lot of Charlie Hayes.
Oh, there you go.
Swinging his bat speed, and kind of even just his mannerisms around the plate. A lot of activity, but when he's got a lot of good bat speed and pretty good swing.
No balls, 2 strikes on Millen. Here's the 0-2. Missed down low, 1-2. Polczyk making just his 3rd start for Provo this year. He called him up in the Arizona League where his numbers were not good. He was 0-2 and an ERA around 6.5. And coming into this one, he was 1-2 with an ERA of an even 6, but he's been brilliant tonight.
Polczyk was the 3rd pick for the Angels 2 years ago in the 2001 draft.
The one that has some good raw tools, and maybe he just hasn't put it all together yet.
Nice big frame. It doesn't look like he's quite filled out yet.
Has 6'5", listed at 185, so there you go.
Yeah.
Pretty slender. Pop foul, right field side. Towering fly ball by Jeremy Millens, but well fouled. The count's still 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Great crowd tonight, Brian.
Yeah, we had some free general admission tickets available at area Zion's Bank, so
there it is.
The Raptor faithful taking advantage. Nice to get a packed house tonight. Especially, we weren't sure what kind of crowd we were going to get. The Weber State Wildcats have a football game tonight going on as we speak. So, kudos to the baseball fans of Ogden. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Millens. The spin and the pitch. Check swing, missed low, and a full count now. Jeremy, a home run, 22 knocked in, 6 doubles, 5 triples. I think the Raptors lead the league in triples.
No, I got mine. I had to do my shit. That's why I'm up here tonight, just recovering.
That's right. Still trying to catch your breath. Here's a smash to short, right between the legs of Guzman and into left. Jeremy Millen becomes just the second Raptor base runner tonight, and that'll be an error on Guzman.
That one, he kicked himself over that one. He just pulled up a little bit. Well hit ball by Millen, right at him. Kind of took a short hop, and Guzman just turned away a little bit.
Well, that triple you had the other night, I got to use your quote. From the Doors.
I have to pay my respect.
Dedicated that one to Jim Morrison, right?
That's right.
Foul ball straight back.
I got some Hendricks who's coming up on the 33rd year anniversary of his passing away, and I think it's September 11th or something like that, so I'll have to come up with something even better for that.
There we go. I think that quote was a big hit.
I'll come up with something else. I'll hit one out of here.
Foul tip by who? And he's batting with Jeremy Millens at first. No one out. No balls and 2 strikes on the Raptors shortstop.
Millens runs occasionally. 9 stolen bases and caught 3 times. I like to put things in motion. Who's a good guy to hit and run with?
He's come up with a few hits on hit and runs this year.
29 strikeouts and 210 at-bats. About 1 every 10 at-bat, which is...
Yeah, that's not bad.
Not bad at all.
Handles the bat very well.
Up to 300 now. And Shin Hu, too, he spent most of the first half around 220, and now he's comfortably sitting at 300.
Yeah, he'll take that.
3 home runs, 22 RBIs for the Taiwan native.
And he's from Taiwan, has been in the United States less than a year, but he's really picked up on the vernacular, hasn't he?
Oh, most certainly. He's probably one of our wittiest players and smartest as well. And
yeah, he's a sharp kid. He'd have to be to pick up English as quickly as he has. Foul ball straight back. Still 0-2 on Shin Hu.
Xavier Paul waits on deck.
Well, how about this score from college football? Number 8 USC and number 6 Auburn went head-to-head today, and USC shut them out 23-0.
At Auburn.
Would not have guessed that at all.
God.
Another foul fly right field side. Still no balls and 2 strikes on Shin Hu. Michigan had no problem with in-state rival Central Michigan, 45-7. What else do we have here? Number 16 Tennessee defeated Fresno State 24-6. Another foul ball. Number 25 Iowa defeated Miami of Ohio 25-3. Wisconsin survived a scare from West Virginia, winning 24-17. And Nebraska with a mild upset over Oklahoma State 17-7. A few more finals for you in a moment in the top 25 in college football. First, Shin Hu swings and misses, and there's one away in the 4th inning. Polczyk, his second strikeout.
Good fastball that time, just blowing away, just went at him. Good challenge pitch after Hu fouled off a few of his breaking balls and went after him and got him.
Number 13 NC State beating Western Carolina 59-20 today. It was number 21 Florida blasting San Jose State 65-3. And number 17 Virginia knocked off Duke 27-0. Curveball to Xavier Paul, and it's 1 ball and no strikes. Xavier grounded to short his first time, so he's 0 for 1 tonight.
Paul's hitting .306 this year, 75 hits and 245 at bats, 7 home runs, 40 RBIs. He's having a real nice year, his first in professional baseball. Second team USA Today, All-American, out of Slidell, Louisiana.
The Dodgers were thrilled to get him in the 4th round. There goes the runner. The throw down to second base. 1 hops, and Jeremy Millen in easily with his 10th stolen base of the year.
It's good to put somebody in scoring position for Paul, who has 40 RBIs this year. And that's a number of extra base hits, 14 doubles, 5 triples. Will certainly score Millen. Runs pretty well himself.
Yeah, pretty good all-around numbers. He has 10 stolen bases. He's got the power-speed combination. 2-0 pitch. Laced into center field, a base hit. Millen's around from third. He's going to come in to score. The Raptors are on the board here in the 4th inning. It's 5-1. Make that 41 RBIs for Xavier Paul. Now the cleanup hitter, Luis Castillo, comes up, trying to atone for those 2 errors in the top of the string.
Going back to that last play, that was a nice swing by Xavier Paul. A little fastball. They ran in on him, stayed inside the ball, and just pushed it into center field. Good at bat for Xavier Paul. Luis Castillo. 289. A slight cold swing. After being up around 330 for much of a year.
There's a hit and run, and Paul will make it to second on a dribbler down the first base line. Polczyk fields and throws out Castillo. So it works kind of like a swinging bunt. There's 2 outs, and now Paul in scoring position for Andy Laroche. Well, moved up to base runner anyway, so now a single by Laroche could bring home the Raptors' second run of the night. Last night, Casper intentionally pinched to Laroche in the 8th inning, and he made him pay for it in a big way.
He certainly did. Laroche probably near the top of this league in bat speed. I may know about him. A 39th round pick, flipped a little bit, and most scouts thought he was heading to Rice.
Yeah, Rice just coming off the World Series championship, so that'd be a hot place to go.
Laroche went to the Cape Cod League. Tore that up. Found himself in a Raptor uniform not far after that.
A big swing and a miss. The count goes 0-1 on Laroche.
Laroche swings one of the heaviest bats that in this league anyway. Swings anywhere from a 35 to 36.5 ounce bat.
That's incredible.
Which is probably 3 to 4 ounces more than anybody else. And he still has a ton of bat speed.
Yeah, and he's not that big of a guy.
He's a good sized guy, but he's not by any
not huge.
Not by any means a giant.
There's a towering fly ball into right field. Madrigal will drift underneath it and make the catch to retire the side. But the Raptors pick up a run on 1 hit, 1 error. They leave a man on. We'll go to the top of the 5th inning. It's Provo 5, Ogden 1. You're listening to Raptors baseball on 1660 KXOL.
At Peterson, we're not content being just another fabricator. We want to be your partner in creating custom state-of-the-art solutions for your equipment needs. That's why we're always pushing the limits, setting new standards of quality in large and small-scale fabrication and precision machining. At Peterson, no job is too big, too tough, or too complex. We're equipped to handle the demands of virtually any project, however large or small. Our customer service team will bend over backwards to make sure your job is delivered on time, in budget, and with uncompromising product quality. Peterson Incorporated, a winning combination.
Start your day with DJ and PK in the morning on 1280 Sports Zone.
Got legal trouble? Need a lawyer? Call Kelly Carden, attorney at law. You've seen the sign, you've heard the name, you've listened to the recommendations, you've wondered about his phrase. If it were me, I'd call me. Kelly Carden, attorney at law. If you're injured, call Kelly Carden. If you're arrested for a DUI, call Kelly Carden. Kelly Carden, 627-1110, 627-1110. Kelly Carden, attorney at law.
Welcome back to 1280 Sports Zone special coverage of the I-15 series between the Provo Angels and Ogden Raptors. Let's go back to the voice of the Raptors, Brian Petrano.
Welcome back to Lindquist Field. We go to the 5th inning now. It's Provo 5, Ogden 1. Brian Petrano with you tonight. We're joined by Raptor first baseman Mike Ludwig. Mike on a one-game hiatus, joining us in the booth tonight.
Covering for my triple 2 nights ago. That's right. Most I've run since the basketball season this March. in North College.
Yeah, feeling a little out of shape.
I'm totally out of shape. They did my body fat the other day, and they just told me I'm a baseball player now.
1 ball, no strikes on Aaron Peel leading off the 5th inning. He'll be followed by Jordan Wren and Brandon Wood. Jordan Pratt working in his 5th inning tonight. Swing and a miss, evens the count.
Peel, one of the many batters in this Provo lineup, hitting above 300. Peel in at 301 and 216 at bats this year.
Been a regular in that outfield, and he takes the pitch inside 2-1.
Just 6 home runs for Peel. Of the 65 for this Angels club. It's got to be close to the top, if not the top, in the Pioneer League.
There's a swing and a miss. Count evens 2-2 on Peel. By the way, folks, last night the Raptors had some bad news. Brett Dowdy in the 9th inning took a hard slide in at second base, and he got his ankle trapped. There's a high drive deep to left field. Back goes Xavier Paul racing after it. That one is off the wall. And in at second base with a double is Aaron Peel.
Yeah, Dowdy went down. It was a really clean play. I mean, there was nothing dirty about it. It was a good slide in the second. Coming across the bag, the throw was a little bit up the line. So coming across the bag, Dowdy just didn't quite get far enough towards the infield and took it a little bit. And even he talking with him today didn't know exactly what happened, but most likely he has a second-degree sprain, which means that, for a few days he probably won't put a whole lot of weight on it, but it's probably a stretch or a partial tear of one of the ligaments, probably the third one on the top. I've had plenty of sprained ankles myself.
Oh, I bet, playing basketball.
Yeah, and so he's definitely probably out for the remainder of the season, as he said, but...
Yeah, he's a gamer, so he's having a hard time with it.
He would have stayed in, I think, if they would have let him last night. He couldn't put very much weight on it at all, and having an ankle sprain, I've had 3 or 4 legitimate serious ankle sprains, and those are the kind of injuries that you almost wish that you break it, particularly at this stage in the season, because an ankle sprain, you're not going to ever really fully recover. You're always going to lose the elasticity in there. And a break is going to heal in about 5 to 6 weeks, where a sprain, you're going to be out 2 to 3 weeks, maybe 4 weeks, but you're really not going to feel real good for about 3 or 4 months. So, but he's in good spirits tonight.
So a curve and a strike, 1-2. Yeah, his uncle is in town. By the way, brought us some beef jerky, homemade beef jerky in the office, and it's sensational stuff.
Great.
But we do want to tell Brett that all of his family and friends are back in Florida. Their thoughts are with him tonight. Just got an instant message from him on my computer here in the booth, so we do want to pass along that word to Brett. And again, folks, if you want to drop me an instant message or an email here on the air, you can do so at OgdenRG. That's the instant message name. Or to drop me an email, it is ogdenrg@aol.com. The runner breaks for third. Here's a ground ball to short. Knocked down by who? The throw to first is in time to get Jordan Wren.
That's a great play by Chunlong Hu. That ball took a nasty hop on him right as it was coming on his body. He stayed in front, took it in the chest, and made a great throw over to Jeff Comfort. But particularly with the runner, Kurt Grossi, in front of him like that. That was a nice play.
He's another one that's just seemed to get better and better as the season has gone on.
He's getting a lot more comfortable out there. And for Brett Dowdy's sake, also, his Florida Gators today sent him a nice thank you, and they're trouncing of San Jose State. I believe it was
that's right,
65-3. That was pretty nice of them.
I think he'll take that.
For Brett. I don't think he was too worried about that.
I would imagine not.
Too many people put the house on San Jose. Bless the Trojans and all, but not a football power yet anyway.
Well, not yet. Well, we'll give them that.
Sure.
There's a foul tip. 0-2 the count on Brandon Wood. Runner at third, 1 away. Infield playing in for Ogden as Provo already has a 5-1 lead here in the top of the 5th.
Was the top pick for the Angels in this year's draft. Been up with them about half the season. Spent some time, I believe, in Arizona in their rookie league.
Line drive toward left field. That'll drop in for a single to score a run. Makes it 6-1 Provo. Brandon Wood drives in Aaron Peel from third base.
20th RBI in the year for Brandon Wood in just his 35th game. He's only hitting .237, but he does have 9 doubles, a triple, and 2 bombs. So,
including one here in Lindquist Field.
Yes, he did.
Travis Barbery, the Raptors skipper, walking out to the mound. We may have a pitching change here. Jordan Pratt has probably reached his pitch count for the night. James Stewart is warming up in the bullpen. And Travis will indeed make this pitching change. If you're looking for a career change, visit AOL in Ogden. And I'll be back right after this to tell you more about James Stewart. It's Provo 6, Ogden 1. You're listening to the I-15 series on 1280, the Sports Zone.
This may seem like a silly question, but have you heard of AOL? Have you ever worked for AOL? Well, maybe you should. Because AOL is unlike anything anywhere, especially when it comes to member retention. We devote a whole department to helping all 18 million members receive the best service. This means you and our employees get to help every member some way, somehow. That's perfectly incredible. You know what else is incredible? The way we treat our employees. This isn't just a call center. This is an area of expertise. So isn't it fair to say that you'll need some internet experience, or at least an attitude of, would I love to learn more about it? Basic Windows and communication skills are required. Phone 1-877-AOL today. Or visit our website, AOL.com/careers. Member retention, consultant opportunities, an equal opportunity employer.
Welcome back to 1280 D Sports Zone special coverage of the I-15 series between the Provo Angels and Ogden Raptors. Let's go back to the voice of the Raptors, Brian Petrona.
Welcome back. We're still in the top of the 5th inning. It's Provo 6, Ogden 1. New pitcher on the hill for the Raptors is the right-hander James Stewart. Mike, tell us about James.
Stu's in for the 16th time this year. He did have one start. He's 2-1, 3.99 ERA, and 38 and a third innings of work. 49 hits, 17 earned runs. Hasn't given up 7 home runs. Just 7 walks, though, in those 38 innings. 27 strikeouts. Batters hitting .310 on the year. Jordan Pratt out of the game. Pratt gave up 6 runs. 4 of those earned was I had the unfortunate 4th inning with the 3 errors. 9 hits, there was a walk, and 4 strikeouts, and he does have the responsibility of Brandon Wood, who is at first base.
So James Stewart will face the switch hitter Jose Guzman. Guzman will now bat to the left side for the first time tonight, and he is 0 for 2 today. Reached on an error his last time, scored a run. So Brandon Wood, the runner at first. He's attempted 1 stolen base and caught once this year. Provo not a team that runs a whole lot, though.
I don't really need to.
No. Now with hits like that, there's a liner into right field, and holding at second is Wood, so there's runners at first and second with 1 away for the number 9 batter, Nuri Almonte. James Stewart, his last time out was fantastic. That was against Casper on Wednesday. He pitched the 6th and 7th inning. He allowed only a bunt single. Struck out the first hitter he faced and the last hitter he faced, and helped preserve the Raptors' 3-2 win in that one. So here's Almonte with runners at first and second and 1 out. Ogden already down by 5, so James Stewart trying to stop the bleeding. Here's a stretch in the pitch. Down and away for ball 1. And the Raptors picked up that 7-3 win over Casper last night, clinching the playoff spot. Had been a lot of fun in that clubhouse after the ball game.
Yeah, it was a good time. I think that I think we did it the right way. So not a little fun in there, but we're all pretty focused. And now we have really 9 games in a row against a pretty good ball club. So
right. But nevertheless, long season, and well deserved to be able to kick back and just enjoy the game. Both runners go, ground ball to short, so the only play is to first, and Chin Wong Hu throws out Almonte, but that does advance both base runners.
As we speak about them not running, they put in motion.
There you go. Tom Kochman, the longtime Provo manager, and he's one that the season advantage, he will absolutely take it. And he's been around this game and this level a long time, so he's a pretty sharp cookie. Top of the lineup now, Howard Kendrick. Runners at second and third with 2 out. There's ball 1 down and away.
Kendrick having a phenomenal season. Hitting .359, 3 home runs, 33 RBIs, 24 walks, 7 stolen bases, slugging .517.
Yeah, that's not a bad slugging percentage.
Not for a leadoff hitter.
Absolutely. And Kendrick really come on strong in the second half. There was a portion from the very end of July through most of the month of August when he reached base in 26 consecutive games.
That's, a leadoff hitter.
Yeah, that'll work. Stewart to the belt. Here's the 1-0 to Kendrick. Cut the outside corner, evens it up for the ball and a strike.
And some may wonder why Coach may want to put the runners in motion with a 6-1 lead here, particularly when your 2 pitchers throwing so well. But I mean, it's still early. We're just coming up on the halfway point in this game, and anything can happen. And
in the Pioneer League, anything can happen and probably will.
Sure, and if you have an opportunity to score runs here early, you have to take advantage.
2 balls, 1 strike on Kendrick. He is 0 for 3 today. Reached on a pass ball and a 3rd strike his last time up. Slots 1 foul, so the deuces are wild here in the 5th inning. Let's take those rally caps, Raptor fans. It's 6-1 Provo here in the 5th inning. James Stewart trying to keep it as close as possible. We have a Jurassic-sized moth in here. I've had quite the run-in with nature today, I got to tell you. Say more about that a little later on. Here's the 2-2 pitch, laced into left field for a single. That'll score 1 for sure, maybe 2. Here's the throw home, and it's not in time, making it 8-1 Provo, and Kendrick winds up at second.
Xavier Paul made a pretty good throw to Taylor Slimek, and if the throw was down a little bit, maybe he would have had a chance. In all likelihood, probably not. Kendrick moved on to second. It was the right play by Xavier Paul. As he fielded the ball, he looked like he was going to have a play on it. But
well, especially at this time of the game, I think that's a smart play by Xavier Paul. Your team probably needs a lift, and if you get that out at home, that certainly gives it to you.
Certainly. So that'll close the book on Pratt. 7 runs, 5 earned, and 4 1/3.
A tough outing for the young man. There's a called strike, and it's 0-1 on Matt Pauly.
Pauly's really come on after hitting about 220, 230 for the first part of the year. Boy, he hot streak.
First couple times we saw him, he wasn't doing much.
Mm-hmm. He's up to 347 right now. 8 home runs, 47 RBIs.
The loops one towards center. Crisotomo will go back and make the play, and that retires the side on a pop out to second. But 2 more runs score on 4 hits. Rather, 3 runs score on 4 hits. No errors and a man left. We're halfway through the contest. It's Provo 8, Ogden 1. You're listening to Raptors baseball on 1280, the Sports Zone.
Hey, contractors, next time you get ready to dig it, bust it, plant it, count on Cat's new line of compact machines and work tools to get the job done. Featuring skid steers, mini excavators, compact wheel loaders, and more. All built Cat tough for the guys who get their hands dirty. So go ahead, load it, drill it, haul it. Because now you can count on Cat for all your equipment needs.
Visit a Wheeler Machinery Cat rental store near you or call 1-800-RENT-CAT. Again, that's 1-800-RENT-CAT.
1280, the Sports Zone.
With interest rates changing faster than a 90-mile-per-hour fastball, now's the time to examine your mortgage. By refinancing, you can lower your interest rate and monthly payment. Just call Aspen Mortgage, with offices in American Fork and Payson. They offer FHA and conventional loans for purchases, refinances, debt consolidation, and home improvement. Approval just takes 1 hour. So call 756-7434 or 465-9400. Aspen Mortgage in your yellow pages. Financing the American dream, one home at a time.
It's the Provo Angels against the Ogden Raptors. The I-15 series on 1280, the Sports Zone.
I was going to do it in the
Ryan Petrata and Mike Ludwig back with you in Lindquist Field. They go to the bottom of the 5th inning. It's Provo 8, Ogden won. Kyle Polczyk stays on the hill. He'll face the 6, 7, and 8 hitters in the Raptor lineup. Mike just complimenting Dave on the musical choices tonight.
Certainly. Rocky Horror Picture Show. I was going to get my rice and my toast out.
You don't hear that at ballparks.
No, you really don't, and probably for a good reason, but, who knows.
Yeah, I don't think cross-dressing is big at the ballpark, except in this one, of course, where we have the 6th-inning drag, but that's another story.
Yeah.
Here's Jeff Comfort. He'll take strike one, and it's 0-1 from Kyle Polczyk.
Comfort at 268, had a nice night last night. Double and a triple.
One strike pitch, fouled off. Yeah, that was a big night for him last night, personally as well.
Certainly was. Comfort was
a little more zoned in last night than normal.
Sure.
A couple of big hits, too, and a nice play at first base as well. Of course, that was one he had to leap. You wouldn't have had to leap your feet on
at eye level.
Right. There's a foul ball straight back, still 0-2 on Comfort. The bases were loaded in the first inning with 2 outs, and probably their best hitter, Underwood. It's a line drive towards first. Comfort, who's about 6 foot, had to jump to the peak of his ability to pick off that liner.
3 to 4 inches.
Right. Could put a record between his feet and the ground, and that was about it. But
he did it. He played. Got us out of the inning unharmed.
Yeah, big lift there. Then Ogden gets 3 runs in the bottom of the first and end up rolling to a 7-3 win. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Jeff Comfort. He's 0 for 1 today. Grounded out to first base his first time. 2-2 pitch. Outside and a full count. Mike, we're going to have you grace us with your Harry Carey impression a little bit later on in the broadcast.
We definitely may.
3-2 pitch. Line toward right field. That'll drop in front of Madrigal. So a leadoff single for Jeff Comfort here in the 5th inning.
Good piece of hitting there by Comfort. Fouled off some good pitches. Laid off the slider in the dirt twice and just punched it in right field. Kind of laid off.
And he's not afraid to use the opposite field.
From college football scores. Early in the 3rd quarter, Florida State all over North Carolina, 27-0. 6:38 left in the 3rd. Second-ranked Ohio State's on top of Washington, 27-3. I mean, as we heard earlier, Georgia beat Clemson today, 30-0. Bowden on a hot water down there.
Yeah, I bet.
Also, top-ranked Oklahoma leading North Texas, 37-3. Late in that one in the 4th quarter, and at the half, 15th ranked LSU up on Louisiana Monroe, 21-0.
Here's David Cardona. He'll take a strike, and he's down to the count of 1-2 now. David didn't like that call. He thought that went high. No balls, 2 strikes on Cardona. He flew out to center his first time. Pretty well hit ball. And now with 2 strikes, Provo is going to shade him sharply the opposite way to right. Their ball grounded on the right side, right between first and second. Comfort will take a turn, stumbling, and then Madrigal misplays it in left field, throws back to first. It's a wild throw, and Jeff Comfort thought about trying to score, but wisely holds up.
I don't think Comfort really saw the ball there as that throw went in, because he was at third as the throw went over first baseman Matt Pauley's head. Just squared it over his glove. I think he was, after stumbling, he's happy to be at third base after he kind of ran through the stop sign that Travis Barbary put up. Made the right decision when the right fielder Warner Madrigal bobbled it and moved on to third.
Madrigal's had some problems in right field defensively, but he has such a good bat that Tom Kochman has had to keep him in the lineup.
Just 5 errors for Madrigal, but he had a few rough games. I think he had a 2 or 3 error game here early in the year.
Mm-hmm. In fact, was pulled in the middle of the inning.
I don't see that every day.
No, you really don't. But that's just the kind of manager that Tom Kochman is. Very businesslike, and he expects the best effort from every player every time out. And if he doesn't feel he's getting it, then he's going to let you know. last time these two teams played, Provo was riding a 12-game winning streak, and Ogden snapped it with a rather impressive victory, getting 20 hits in that game.
15-3,
yeah. 23 hits in that game, actually.
There's Slimmick. He's got a chance here. They're knocking a few runs.
And he skies one into center field. Aaron Field going back to center. He'll make the catch at the warning track. Comfort tags. He races home, and it's now an 8-2 ball game. Sacrifice fly in the 8th RBI of the season for Taylor Slimmick.
Slimmick, Division III star at California Lutheran University, as well. And at a Division III school this year, a big year for Division III athletes. 22 or 23 players in the draft or were signed soon thereafter. Highest in recent years, and for the most part, doing pretty well.
Yeah, it just goes to show you that it doesn't matter where you play, really. The scouts will find you.
Sure, if you can get it done. All it takes is one or two guys in an area.
Crisotomo line drive. Diving it short is Guzman. He makes the play, and they will double up Cardona at second. That retires the side. A run scores on 2 hits, 1 error, no one left. We go to the top of the 6th inning. It's Provo 8, Ogden 2. You're listening to Raptors Baseball on 1280 The Sports Zone.
In baseball, the catcher protects home plate, helping the home team win. When it comes to your home or office, you win with the protection you get from Alert Alarms. They're proud to provide all your security needs. They specialize in residential and commercial systems, including burglar, fire, and video cameras. Serving all of the Provo area, Alert Alarm is #1 in customer service. So call them today at 802-0707. That's Alert Alarm. Find them in your Provo Yellow Pages.
BAP1. For details, log on to 1280KTN.com. 1280 Sports Zone.
An outfielder needs great vision to see the ball advancing through the sky. On the road, you need great vision too. A cracked windshield can cause a lot worse than a drop fly ball. So stop procrastinating. Glass Repair Specialists offers fast and affordable windshield repair and replacement. They'll even help with your insurance claim. In business for 25 years, give them a call at 801-224-4124. Glass Repair Specialists, your lifesaver when it comes to damaged auto glass.
Welcome back to 1280 Z Sports Zone special coverage of the I-15 series between the Provo Angels and Ogden Raptors. Let's go back to the voice of the Raptors, Brian Petrata.
From the top of the 6th inning, Brian Petrata with Raptor first baseman Mike Ludwig, who's taking a night off, joining us up here in the broadcast booth. Well, Mike, you've had radio experience before. This isn't a new thing for you.
No. I mean, in college, I did a few different things. I did some. I had a radio show at St. Olaf College, and for those of you who don't know, it's St. Olaf in Northfield, Minnesota, about a half an hour or so south of Twin Cities. I also did some play-by-play for the local AM FM radio station with guys that did all of our games at St. Olaf. We did all the basketball games there, so I did here and there. I did some TV work back in high school doing high school football games. So,
well, Mike, you're an accomplished radio personality. So, how would you like to grace us with your impression of Harry Carey?
I don't know if I can do it. I'm Petrata. Here on the sports team.
Only Thomas Piazza's batting. I remember watching a Harry Carey broadcast when Mike Piazza was first in the league with the Dodgers, and he just couldn't get it. It was either Mike Pizza or Mike Pasta.
Pizza. And anything with a little ethnicity in it, you can't say it. Or Medagrio. Medagio. How about that, Stoney? Where's Arnie?
Anyone special listening to the broadcast tonight?
Yeah. Tommy Touchstone celebrating his 119th birthday today at the park. How about that? Good crowd tonight. Hey, look at there. They're not even watching the... Hey, got some ice cream. All right.
There's a ball outside, 1-1 on Warner Madrigal.
How about that? Madrigal. How's that backwards? Leg a tramp. How about that? Latograph.
There's a line
like
drive.
Grounded
into the right field corner. Cardona up with it. It's a base hit for Madrigal.
How about that?
Tough break for the Raptors there. Now Michael Collins comes up.
Collins is an easy one. Not one.
Can handle that one.
Beautiful.
By the way, tonight's game brought to you by Hebrew National Hot Dog.
Hey, all right. Gotta have a hot dog up here. Ice cold beer.
Just swinging a miss. So.
Hey, had to cut it that one. How about that?
That was the classic right there.
Beautiful. I don't know if can a Hebrew hot dog eat itself? Is that kosher? I don't know if you can do that. Foul. 1-1 on Collins. I don't remember the last time the Cubbies had a Collins. You, Stoney?
No, I couldn't tell you.
Beautiful. 1-1 delivery. Stewart. Swing and a miss. All right. 1-2. 8 runs. Looks like 200 hits on the board for Provo. No, 12.
Pretty close. It's
12. How about that? Beautiful. How about... Where's Arnie? Where's my hot dog?
Grilling out of the Hardball Cafe, the finest food in the Pioneer League.
1-2 to Collins. Madrigal. Moving from first. Oh, yes, how about that? Boy, oh boy.
Pretty close one by Stewart there.
He was right there. He wanted to ring him up. I know what he told me. 2-2. 8-2. Provo leading.
The stretch and the pitch.
Just missed up. Boy, oh boy. 3-2. Tom Collins.
So happy to have Harry Carey joining us with us tonight. Have Harry Carey night at the ballpark, yeah?
Beautiful. Ryan Petrula. On 1280 the Sports Zone.
Extra special broadcast tonight on 1280 and an extra special guest. Mike Ludwig as Harry Carey. Fantastic job.
Beautiful. Delivery. Cowboy.
Base hit to right field for Collins. 2 on, no one out here in the 6th. And the Provo Angels continue to hit the ball well. 8 runs on 13 hits, and we're only in the 6th inning. Great job on the Harry Carey there, Mike. That's fantastic.
Pretty fun. This guy's name backwards is Leap. Peel.
Aaron Peel at the plate. Or Aaron Leap if you're ambidextrous.
Yeah.
2 on, no one out. Provo leading at 8-2. James Stewart to the belt. Here's the pitch to Peel. Swinging and a miss, 0-1 the count.
Stewart actually made some pretty good pitches on the last at bat. Just couldn't quite get it. He was dibbling on that outside half. Even that ground ball just to the right side, just on the reach of Crisotomo.
Stewart's been throwing so well lately, but even he's having trouble tonight against this Provo lineup. Here's the stretch in the 0-1. Fouled off. And
got away with that one. Boy, Peel just missed that curveball. Got in a little bit too much over the plate. Stewart, lucky enough, Peel just fouled that one back. He had a pretty good cut on that one.
Peel's had a good game today. 2 for 3, 2 runs scored. Has a single and a double. Here's a 2-strike pitch from James Stewart. Missed away, goes to a ball and 2 strikes.
Change up, just kind of ran away on him. Pretty good pitch there, Osu.
Well, not bad. Peel wouldn't chase it, though.
Good teaser.
Your attention, please. Tonight's attendance, 5,198, 5198. Thank you.
Hey, Knuckles McFadden with tonight's attendance and a fantastic crowd on hand tonight here in Ogden. One of the best crowds of the year. Here's a pop-up first base side. Jeff Comfort in foul territory will make the catch. Hey, and there's one away in the sixth. They heard Knuckles tell us it's under 5,200 fans in the ballpark tonight.
Great crowd.
It's a little more fun to play in front of the big crowd.
It is. You know, I was fortunate enough. I got to play in front of some of the biggest crowds this year. I think the Wells Fargo night and the Air Force Appreciation Night. Both nights I got to be out there for those, and that's a lot of fun, particularly the Air Force night.
Well, you got to wear the camouflage uniform.
Oh, yeah. Well, not only that, just to be, you know, with all the servicemen and women. That was pretty special. That was a fun night.
Yeah, they're sworn in right before the ball game. That was a good one. Enjoyed that contest. I don't think we had anyone in the card set this year in their camouflage uniform.
No. Cards turned out pretty well, though, I must admit. Big thanks to Dave Bagg in the front office for that. Taking care of those.
Player team sets on sale now, just $10 at the Raptors souvenir stand, or give us a call at 393-2400 and reserve your card set over the phone with a major credit card.
Dave Robertson, long weekend with the Raptors.
Yeah.
Pretty well for the Dodgers now. Had a great catch the other night.
Yeah. He's so good defensively. Great base stealer. A lot of fun to have him around.
A real classy individual, no question about it. Really spent some time with some of the younger players, Xavier Paul, Jeremy Millen, to name a few, some of the younger outfielders, and boy, he carried himself so well, and such a great professional and a great ambassador to the Los Angeles Dodgers. Dave Roberts, just a classic guy.
One strike pitch, missed down and in, 1-1.
8-2 here in the top of the sixth. Provo leading.
And the Raptors have been on the short end for the majority of the night. Provo scored 3 times in the first, twice in the fourth, and 3 times in the fifth inning.
Just as Jordan Pratt settled down there, the second and third innings, the 2 errors on the left side really killed that rally.
There's a big swing and a miss. Goes to 1-2 on Jordan Wren. He was just called up from the Arizona League. Wren was batting .260 down there, 5 homers, 28 RBIs. He was drafted last year out of Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. Kind of classic name for an Oklahoma town. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Pop foul, right field side and deep into the corner. Not playable. Still 1-2 on Wren's. Wren's 1 for 3 tonight, and his debut has a single and RBI, and he's grounded out twice. Size right-handed hitter, 6'2", 210. James Stewart on the hill, deals the 1-2 pitch. Again fouled off, still a ball.
Pretty good 1-2 cut there. That was a good pitch by Stewart. A little cut fastball, kind of ran in on him a little bit. Now remains 1-2.
Wren's able to fight it off and stay alive, keep the at-bat going here. For the Raptor half of the sixth inning, it'll be the top third of their lineup as they try to come back against the Angels. Good stretch from Stewart. And again, the 1-2. Swing and a missed strike 3. 2 outs in the sixth inning.
Looks like a cheap change up there from Stewart that just ran away a little bit. Dealt the thigh high. Changeup is the toughest pitch to hit if it's thrown real well in the right location. It's great pitch by Stewart there.
Is there anyone in particular you face that's having a good changeup, or anyone you've seen on the Raptors staff that really has that?
Well, I think Mike McGrew probably has as good a changeup as anybody around here. The Provo starter, Moreno. Yeah, the guy that was just called up, he had the nastiest one. Because he had such good control and such good command of his fastball, such a live fastball, and such great control of his changeup. Excuse me. It's a tough pitch, you know. In this league, there's most of the guys here that I've seen have had 2 really good pitches, and that third pitch has been a question mark. But the guys like McGrew and Moreno that can throw that changeup as their third pitch, or throw it well as their as their second pitch and have a decent breaking ball go with it are going to be pretty successful.
Big cut, no contact for Brandon Woods. Yep.
So another good changeup there from Stewart.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runners at first and second for Provo here in the 6th. James Stewart trying to pitch his way out of a jam. Provo got back-to-back singles to start off the inning. Then Stewart got a pop out and a strikeout. Without the runners advancing. 1-2 pitch. Just missed outside, and the deuce is wild.
Pretty good fastball there, boy. Just missed that one. Outside half, fastball knee high. Could have got a part of the black, but I'm not going to give it to him.
The stretch from Stewart. 2-2 coming up. Breaking ball. That one just misses outside. Boy, a couple of good pitches from Stewart just off the plate. Crowd getting on home plate umpire Greg Tucker. Tucker actually is an engineer in the off-season in Houston, Texas.
Wow, how about that?
They let him loose for the season, let him do his thing, and then he goes back, and there go the runners on 3-2. Bouncing ball foul, still a full count on Brandon Woods. Again, the Raptors playing tonight, and as are the Weber State Wildcats at home. So probably not a lot of folks at home in Ogden tonight.
Weber State, big lead here in the 4th quarter. 38-13 over Western State.
Well, kind of a make-or-break year for Jerry Graybeal. There's a check swing, but he went around, did Wood, and that's strike 3. That'll end the top half of the 6th. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 2 men left. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. It's Provo 8, Ogden 2. You're listening to the I-15 series on 1280 The Sports Zone.
Just a short 5 miles up the beautiful Ogden Canyon, you'll find the Gray Cliff Lodge and Restaurant. Only 15 minutes from downtown Ogden, you'll find a cozy, relaxed atmosphere. Featuring fresh local trout, lamb, steaks, chicken, prime rib, homemade cinnamon rolls, and oatmeal pie. Doors open at 5 p.m. Monday through Saturday for dinner, Sunday brunch from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., and Sunday dinner from 3 p.m. to 8 p.m. Golfers, skiers, and baseball fans are all welcome. Give them a call at 392-6775 for more information. The Gray Cliff Lodge Restaurant, a fine tradition since 1945.
David James and Patrick Kinahan, Morning Mayhem on 1280 The Sports Zone, KCNS, Salt Lake City, Ogden, Provo, a Simmons Media Station.
In a pinch for dinner, Garcia's Mexican Restaurant is the fresh tradition in Mexican food. Make a short stop to Garcia's and enjoy a great dinner in Garcia's comfortable southwestern atmosphere. Dinner is a hit at Garcia's with all your Mexican favorites like sizzling fajitas, crispy chimichangas, tasty enchiladas, big burros, and crunchy tacos. Garcia's Mexican Restaurant, 1075 North Hillfield Road in Layton, next to the Layton Hills Mall.
It's the Provo Angels against the Ogden Raptors. The I-15 series on 1280 The Sports Zone.
Welcome back to Lindquist Field. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. It's Provo 8, Ogden 2. Brian Petrata with you tonight. We're joined by Raptor first baseman Mike Ludwig providing the color commentary tonight. Doing a great job so far, Mike.
Thank you, sir.
Nice to have you on the program again. And we knocked off the air the last time you were on there in Missoula, but we'll give you a second time.
Thank you. Appreciate the opportunity here.
Jeremy Millen will lead off for the Raptors here in the bottom of the 6th. Chin Lung Hu to follow, then Xavier Paul, and if anyone reaches, Luis Castillo. Ogden has some work to do here. They're trailing 8-2. Provo has out-hit the Raptors 13-3. Kyle Polczyk, the 21-year-old lefty from West Virginia.
Just dealing.
Yeah, he's had a heck of a night. No hit Ogden the first time through the lineup. Here's Millens, who's 0 for 2. He takes ball 1 down and in. Hey, folks, for those of you wondering, Weber State is thumping Western State 38-13. I think we mentioned that already, didn't we? That's all right, though. And Weber State coach Jerry Graybeal, in the final year of his contract, coming off back-to-back 3-8 seasons, so he's off to a good start tonight with that big lead over Western State in the fourth quarter.
Another score from the Big Sky. Montana State and Wyoming scoreless after one quarter play, and San Diego State leading Eastern Washington 6-3. And of course, yesterday, Idaho State big winners over West Montana 54-20.
Millen takes a strike down the middle of 0-1.
Montana also winners today 30-20 at Maine.
So the Grizzlies on the road pick up a big win. They were getting excited about football season when we were in Missoula last week.
Certainly, they got the new turf in there at just west of the field house there. Beautiful, beautiful athletic complex.
Yeah, it really is. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Jeremy Millen, leading off the 6th for the Raptors. Fouls it straight back, still 2-2.
Another action later on Montana and Idaho State, and then also St. Mary's of California and Northern Arizona.
2-2 pitch. Millen takes ball 3 a little low, so a full count on the Raptors center fielder. Jeremy flew out to right in the first inning. He reached on an error, stole a base, and scored a run his last time up in the 4th inning. 3-2 count, and now Millen's calls time. There is action in the Provo bullpen, a right-hander getting loose. But I think Tom Kochman should be very pleased with the effort from Kyle Polczyk tonight. 3-2 pitch. High hit in ball 4. Leaning out of the way was Millen, and he draws the leadoff walk in the 6th inning. So here's Chin Lung Hu now with a man on and no one out. Chin Lung Hu hitless in 2. He grounded out to short in the first inning, struck out his last time up. Comes in batting 300. He cut up on some major league scores as well. A lot of games tonight affecting the pennant races. Had a few afternoon games, but really a lot of evening games tonight. There's a pitch that's going to scoot away from the catcher, Michael Collins, and Millen's crossed into second on the pass ball.
Collins just laughed at one on the inside. That'll be a pass ball. Fastball ran in on him a little bit, but I was just reading, just kind of lost foot focus there for a sec. Have some baseball scores for you. In the American League, the Yankees beat the Red Sox today 10-7. Seattle over Baltimore 15-1. The Blue Jays winners over Cleveland 9-3, and Chicago White Sox winners over Detroit 5-2.
There's a liner foul. Strike 2 on Chin Lung Hu. Royals and Angels postponed.
The Twins and Rangers scoreless through 5, and Oakland on top of the Devil Rays 2-1 in the bottom half of the 7th. That one in Oakland. Get your National League scores here in a sec.
First the stretch and the pitch to Chin Lung Hu, grounded towards short. That'll hold the runner at second. The throw to first just in time, and there's one away.
Jerry Millen's boy, if that ball is about a foot or two to his right, or if he has a little bit better of a secondary, he moves to third there. And they're not going to make that throw with an 8-2 lead, but he just didn't have enough. Over in the National League, Atlanta winners over Pittsburgh 13-6. The Giants beat Arizona 2-1.
Barry Bonds a home run, just coming back into the lineup.
The Brewers beat the Cubs 9-5. Florida beat Montreal 4-3. Houston over the Padres 11-6, and St. Louis beat the Reds 6-3. Also,
there's a pitch going to bounce on the opposite batter's box all the way to the backstop. That one's a wild pitch to put Millen's at third with one away.
Collins had no shot at that one. Yeah. Got away from Polczyk. May be nearing his last pitches here. Also, Philadelphia winners over the Mets as they continue to, and parent club of these Ogden Raptors. The Dodgers are scoreless in Chavez Ravine with the Colorado Rockies. That one in the top of the 3rd.
Ever been to Chavez Ravine?
I haven't. I imagine I'll try to make a stop out this off season.
There you go.
At the West Coast.
They'll give you tickets, won't they?
You do hope so.
There's a called strike. 1-1 on Xavier Paul. Man at third, one away. Tell you what, it's an older ballpark, but it's still a beauty. Line drive, leaping it short as Guzman can't get to it. That'll score a run. The Raptors with an 8-3.
Guzman, boy, he just kind of mistimed his jump there. He would have had a play on it, I think, if he would have waited a little bit more. It was almost like a changeup off the bat of Xavier Paul that time, kind of like trying to get a rebound. He kind of one that bounces one extra time on the rim, and he just didn't have any legs to stay up a little bit longer. Boy, it wasn't all that high, but it got the job done. And another RBI for Xavier Paul, his 42nd of the year.
Now Luis Castillo comes up. 1 on, 1 out. Ogden trailing by 5. Big swing, no contact. It's 0-1 of the Raptor third baseman.
Big cut. I don't know how long the Provo is going to let Polczyk go, particularly with the heart of the order up. And Laroche, who has tremendous power, and if they didn't see it last night, they may see it here off the left-hander. They're one swing away from a good ball game here.
The 0-1 to Castillo. Down and in, evens the count.
I imagine if Castillo reaches, that may be it for Polczyk.
Aaron Pullen is warming up in the Provo bullpen and has been since the start of this inning, so he should be just about ready to go.
Pullen's had a pretty impressive year, 3.3 ERA, 5-1, 22 appearances, 21 appearances.
Another big swing and no contact.
That's a great pitch right there. Nice little cut fastball. Still running on him. He's got good live movement on that ball. And fastball started middle half of the play, ended up on the plaque. 1-2.
Castillo 0 for 1 today. Walked in the second. Hit a comebacker his last time up. Awaits the 1-2 from Polczyk. Xavier Paul takes his lead. Here's the pitch. Down and in. Nice stop by Collins. Prevented that ball from getting past, moving up the base runner. Count evens 2-2 on Castillo.
Raptors can put one more on the board. They're really going to put the pressure on Provo to do something at the plate here in the next 2-3 innings.
Polczyk to the belt. 2-2 pitch. Curveball missed high and away. Shannon Stewart just drove in 2 runs, so the Twins lead the Rangers 2-0 in the top of the 6th inning now. Will make you happy, Mike, native of Provo City. Yeah. Were you a Kirby Puckett fan growing up?
Yeah, to be quite honest, I was a big Cubs fan, but I think when
there goes Xavier Paul, throw to first, but Matt Pauly can't get it out of his glove, and Paul's going to steal second. There's a break for the Raptors. And there was an error on Pauly.
It's not fair for Pauly if that's who they assigned that one to, because that throw from Polczyk was real low, and that's a tough play that makes that first base. I'm not just saying that because I'm a first baseman. But even if he fields that, he's going to have a tough time throwing out Paul.
The runner in scoring position with 1 out. The 3-2 to Castillo. Line toward right center. That'll drop in for a single. All around from third. Madrigal fields. The throw will go to second. And the Raptors are now within 8-4.
Looks like it's going to be up for Polczyk. Nice swing by Louis Castillo. Another good at bat. Worked the count full after getting down early. So Polczyk kind of hung that slider up there, and he just poked it into right field.
Night done for Polczyk. Tom Kochman goes out to the mound to make the pitching change. And if you're looking for a career change, visit AOL in Ogden. Be back after this with the new Provo pitcher. The Angels lead the Raptors 8-4. And you're listening to the I-15 series on 1280 The Sports Zone.
This may seem like a silly question, but have you heard of AOL? Have you ever worked for AOL? Well, maybe you should. Because AOL is unlike anything anywhere, especially when it comes to member retention. We devote a whole department to helping all 18 million members receive the best service. This means you and our employees get to help every member some way, somehow. That's perfectly incredible. You know what else is incredible? The way we treat our employees. This isn't just a call center. This is an area of expertise. So isn't it fair to say that you'll need some internet experience, or at least an attitude of, would I love to learn more about it? Basic Windows and communication skills are required. Phone 1-877-AOL today, or visit our website at AOL.com/careers. Member retention consultant opportunities. An equal opportunity employer.
You're listening to Raptors Baseball on AM 1660 KXOL. Brigham, Layton, Ogden, Salt Lake City.
Brian Petrata, along with Raptor first baseman Mike Ludwig. At 8-4 Provo, new pitcher is Aaron Pullen. He's a right-hander, 6'3", 200 pounds, from Midland, Texas. Pullen signed as a free agent this year out of UT Arlington.
Pulling on for the 22nd time, 5-1 record, 3.3 ERA, and 43 2/3 innings of work. He's allowed 50 hits, 19 runs, just 16 of those earned. He's hit 3 batters, walked just 5, and struck out 29 hitters. Batting at .289 against Pullen. He'll face Andy Laroche here.
High pop-up. That one's behind the disc. Michael Collins going back toward the screen. He will make the catch. And there's 2 outs.
Second time Laroche has just gotten under one. Tonight he popped up earlier in the game. Boy, he's just missing. When you have that much bat speed and you miss just a little bit, that's what happens. Polczyk went 5 in the 3rd inning, gave up 5 runs, 4 earned, as well as the responsibility for Louis Castillo. 3 strikeouts, 2 walks, and a wild pitch.
Yep, Comfort fouls the first pitch from Pullen, and it's 0-1. Comfort 1 for 2 today, led off the 5th inning with a single and scored a run. He grounded out back in the 2nd inning. Outfield plays fairly deep on Comfort, and they will shift him slightly the opposite way toward right. Here's the 0-1. Way low and outside, evens the count.
Comfort has home run potential, 4 home runs on the year. Hasn't hit one in almost a month, but he's hit the ball hard the last few outings.
There's a swing and a foul tip. Castillo was trying to go down to second as the ball got away from the catcher, but he'll retreat in the count 1-2 on Comfort. Aaron Pullen facing the Raptors for the 3rd time. Ogden has touched them up for 5 runs in 3 innings this year.
One, I think, pitched in the 15-3 game there about a month and a half ago.
Yeah, that was a night when the stars were aligned just right for the Raptors with 23 hits. Breaking ball down and away, so the deuce is wild on Comfort. Luis Castillo at first, 2 outs, and Ogden trailing 8-4. Provo has led throughout, but the Raptors scratching and clawing to stay in this one. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Again, swatted foul. Remains 2-2. Comfort with 20 runs batted in, hitting .268 coming in. They're giving him the gap in left center. Here's the 2-2 pitch again. Fouled straight back.
Oh, I just missed that one. Pullen may have made a mistake there. Got that fastball out a little bit too much of the plate. Tried to go in, and that one left a little bit over the plate, and Comfort just missed it.
So we'll try it again. Keep taking those rally caps. Here's the stretch in the 2-2. Line drive right at second, and that'll retire the side as Howard Kendrick makes the stab on the liner by Comfort. But 2-run score on 2 hits, 1 error, and a man left on. We go to the top of the 7th. It's Provo 8, Ogden 4. You're listening to Raptors Baseball on 1280 The Sports Zone.
Ballplayers will tell you the only way to make the All-Star team is to give 100%, 100% of the time. Why expect anything less from your auto repair shop? The professionals at CompuTune are Provo's foremost and friendliest automotive specialists. From routine oil changes to major overhauls, you'll appreciate the attention to detail and courtesy in every job they do. That's CompuTune, your complete automotive service and repair center. Give them a call at 374-0775. They're the All-Stars for the auto repair industry. In baseball, speed around the bases is crucial. And the same is true when it comes to your internet. SurfUtah.net offers all types of dial-up and high-speed internet connections, starting at only $14.95 per month. Compare that to AOL or MSN, and you're saving 40%. SurfUtah.net can get you connected at home or at work. Call toll-free 888-860-SURF. Low flat rates and fast, unlimited access. It's all yours when you surf the net with SurfUtah.net.
back to 1280 Z Sports Zone special coverage of the I-15 series between the Provo Angels and Ogden Raptors. Let's go back to the voice of the Raptors, Brian Petrata.
Welcome back to Lindquist Field. Brian Petrata along with Raptors first baseman Mike Ludwig. We go to the 7th inning. It's Provo 8, Ogden 4. James Stewart stays on the bump. It'll face the 8, 9, and 1 hitters in the Provo lineup. Having a little fun up here between innings and on the scoreboard here at Lindquist Field. But Jose Guzman will lead off for Provo, and Ari Almonte to follow, then Howard Kendrick. So the season's about to wrap up here. Another week of the regular season and the playoffs. What's the plan for the offseason, Mike?
Mike Ludwig will head back to the Twin Cities. Probably won't talk in third person, but I will, be working and working and probably just relax a little bit, and may do 1 or 2 graduate school classes at St. Cloud State University in St. Cloud, Minnesota. But other than that, relaxing and working out. Looking forward to it. First off season really for me since about 1988.
Yeah, I bet. You've played basketball as well all through college.
Sure, I sure did. And that was a great experience. But for my body's sake, it's probably good that it's over with.
What position did you play?
I was like a 3-4. I couldn't really defend anybody, so I called me a 3-4. Kind of defended the Polk at the Division III level. So
there's a bunt try and a miss for Guzman. No balls, 2 strikes to count. This is the second all-time scorer.
Yeah, I finished about 16-something. About, about 1,600 and some change.
How far were you from the record?
About 130 points or so, I think, or 150 points or something like that.
Swing and a miss, strike 3, 1 away in the 7th.
I think if I wouldn't have had any injuries, I would have had a shot at it. But
or if you'd made your free throws.
Right, yeah. I shot at like 84%.
Right.
There you go. I shot 107% from on.
That's right. Which, according to our hitting coach, 107% is possible.
Yes, it sure is.
He's great. He was telling us today about some deals at the mall here, and he's telling us it was 115% off.
Something like that.
Yeah.
That's a great deal.
That is a deal. Yeah, he sniffs them out, though. I follow on this trail because he does find the deal.
It's unbelievable.
There's ball 2
back about 10 to 12.
Yeah,
Bolo shirts there in cash for $18.
He did. He bought a brand new wardrobe, and it only cost about $60.
Yeah.
I can't tell you where it was because they're not a sponsor, but
life on the road.
That's right. That's right. So if any of you are looking for a deal, drive to Casper, Wyoming. It's only 7 hours.
It's a great drive, too.
Yeah, it's all paved, almost.
If Stewart can get the Raptors out of this inning, they'll put the pressure on. This is going to be a pretty exciting finish, I think.
3 balls, no strikes, and Ari Almonte, the 9-hitter, who has walked once already tonight. And now we'll take a strike down the middle.
4-run game, and as tradition holds, the Raptors will put on a pretty good rally here as they did against Casper the other night. As they did 2 or 3 times against Casper this year. Had some pretty good beginnings against them, but
called strike, and that'll run the count full. Almonte thought it was ball forward and went a third of the way down the line before the called strike. And Tucker does have a slow call, so you got to wait around on those. Oftentimes you try to take off, the umpire will call you a strike just out of spite. 3-2 pitch. Fouls it off to stay alive.
6 regular season games left for the Raptors. 3 here, 3 in Provo.
Yes, we did get the attendance. Thanks to Knuckles McFadden. Foul ball again on 3-2. Almonte battling to stay alive. Lightning or someone taking a picture? I hope that was someone taking a picture. Yeah, just a flash. Okay. A flash, not the flash.
Right.
Should show respect.
I'm good. 3-2 here on Almonte. 1 down here in the top half of the 7th.
Up and in, ball 4.
Boy, sort of wanted that pitch pretty bad, but that was up and in.
So with 1 on and 1 away, we go to the top of the lineup, and Howard Kendrick.
First walk of the night for Stewart.
Yeah, he's had pretty good control this year. He hasn't missed on that.
6 walks all year.
You take that. Well, nice to have a guy like Stewart in the pitching staff who was on the team in Great Falls last year. He's his third year of pro ball, so he kind of knows the ropes. So pitch down and away, 1 ball, no strikes on Howard Kendrick.
Kendrick showed bunt there. I really don't think that's his intention. If anything, he wants to bring Louis Castillo up. I don't know if Louis saw him or not. He hasn't really moved. But you may want to bring him in. And he may butt one for a hit here. I really don't think he would at this juncture of the game. And Stewart throws over again.
Monty stole a base back in the 4th inning. Hadn't been on base all that much. He had only 44 at-bats with Provo before he went down to the Arizona League, and he's just been called back up. Another throw to first. Got him leaning, but the tag not applied in time.
He did get back. Boy, he took that one little jolt towards the second, and had Stewart even waited a little bit longer, he might have had him. It was a pretty good throw and a good tag. It just, Monte just got in.
Yeah. Pretty quick over there at first, little guy. 1 ball, no strikes on Kendrick, who's 1 for 4 tonight. And Stewart again steps off. Now in the top of the 8th, the A's lead the Devil Rays 3-2. Twins still on top of the Rangers 2-0. That one's in the 6th inning now. There goes the runner. Here's the pitch. A called strike. Throw to second base. In time, they got him.
Great throw there by Dylan Slimmick. Right on the money. Good tag. Chin Lung Hu. He probably needed a nearly perfect, if not perfect, throw, and he got it there.
And the count goes 1-1 on Howard Kendrick. So a big lift for the Raptors. Now there's 2 outs and the base is empty. The bottom half of the 7th, it'll be the bottom third of the Raptor lineup. And Stewart takes a moment to step off the mound. Be back here tomorrow night, same time, same place. Actually, tomorrow's Sunday. We'll be a 4 o'clock game tomorrow. I don't lose track as it gets late in the season. 1-1 pitch. Line drive and a base hit to right field. So now that caught stealing at second, looming large. Kendrick takes a turn, but will hold it first as Cardona gets the ball back in play.
2 big plays there. Not only did throw by Slimmick to get the runner, but also by Cardona to cut that ball off. He was hit a little bit harder than it appeared right away, and then had that ball gone to the gap, as well as Kendrick run, boy, he would have been probably in the 3rd.
So here's Matt Pauley, the first baseman. Pauley 1 for 4, had a single back in the 2nd inning. He has struck out, popped out, and grounded into a double play tonight. Stewart trying to get him and end the top half of the 7th. Throw to first, and back safely is Kendrick, who is not taking a large lead. And the White Sox win. If the Twins hang on to win, they'll be just a half a game back. The Royals not in action tonight, so they would stay a game and a half back. So the Royals and Angels postponed. There's a fly ball and a shallow right. Racing in is Cardona. Crisotomo going back. It'll be Cardona making the catch. And that retires the side. No runs on a hit. No errors, a man left. Time for the 7th inning stretch. It's Provo 8, Ogden 4. You're listening to Raptors baseball on 1280 The Sports Zone.
This season, savor the sweet taste of victory with a fine cigar. With the Raptors in hot pursuit of the Pioneer League Championship, more fans are coming to Smokies for a fine selection of domestic and imported premium cigars. Smokies is a full-service tobacconist featuring a complete line of pipes, bulk tobaccos, and accessories. Locally owned and operated and open 9 to 7 Monday through Friday, 9 to 6 Saturday. Get your victory cigars at Smokies.
Smokies, taking this opportunity to salute our armed forces.
Utah's #1 sports station is 1280, the Sports Zone. First with sports.
Bowman Kemp is a proud sponsor of our hometown Ogden Raptors. Bowman Kemp has been fabricating and supplying steel to the Wasatch Front for over 30 years. Are your window grills filling up with unwanted water, leaves, and debris? Bowman Kemp now has a full line of grates and plastic covers that can provide safety while keeping your window wells clean. Bowman Kemp, for your steel needs. and watch the Raptors base runners go for Dratesfield. Go Raptors! Raptors!
It's the Provo Angels against the Ogden Raptors. The I-15 series on 1280 The Sports Zone.
Bottom of the seventh inning, it's Provo 8, Ogden 4. Ryan Petrone along with Raptors first baseman Mike Ludwig, and the Raptors will have the bottom third of their lineup here in the seventh inning. Well, let's go ahead and turn it over to Mike. Let him do some play-by-play now.
Sounds good, Brian. That brings Dave Cordona to the plate. Cordona, Dave of Puerto Rico. And in the bottom half of the seventh, Raptors trailing 8-4 to Provo. And Pullen on the mound working his second inning action, and Cordona takes the strike. 0-1.
Cordona has about the shiniest, whitest shoes on the tee.
He's the flashiest guy out there. Probably the best dressed, too. That fastball fouled back, and now Cordona's down 0-2. Raptors and Provo finishing out the season in a 7-game stand. 2 here, 2 in Provo, and then finishing up here next week. That curveball outside, and it's 1-2. Cordona in at 287 now. He's been right around there most of the season. Going works from the windup. Curveball again outside, and it's 2-2.
Cordona 1 for 2 tonight. Had a base hit his last time up.
Going works from the windup. Pitch on the way. Fouled up. And this one will be out of play and down the roof.
Got the roof, fans don't get the ball. Good bad.
Tough break. 8 runs on 14 hits, 2 errors for Provo. Raptors, 4 runs, 5 hits, and 3 errors. Pitch down the way. One in the dirt. Collins keeps it in front, but it's full now. 3-2.
Collins taking a beating back there tonight.
Certainly his last 2 innings. Long check work, and now pulling in there. 3-2 pitch on the way. Cordona unhappy with himself there as he takes a curveball over the plate. Strikes three. Good pitch there from Aaron Pullen. Boy, he worked away with the curveball, and then he came right over the middle of the plate to retire Cordona for the first out. That brings up Taylor Slimick, the catcher. Slimick had an RBI flyout earlier tonight. And a big cut at the fastball from Pullen. It's 0-1.
And Taylor's folks in town.
That's right.
It's a homestand as well. Been here a few times this year.
Sure has. That one grounded towards the right side. Ollie's up with it, and the foot to Pullen to retire Slimick, and there's 2 away. Slimmick's father, the head coach at California Lutheran University, a great baseball program out there, and they're excited. They had talking with them before the game. They have another great recruiting class on the way in, and they're excited about that team down there. That brings Chris Sotomo to the plate, 232 on the year. Fastball way in. Chris Sotomo jumped out of the way, and it's 1-0. Eight to 4, Provo lead. The Sotomo long drive towards right. It stays fair, it has a chance, and it's just foul. Oh. That's not the power that you'll see out of a man of that stature very often. Chris Sotomo turned on the Pullen slider that kind of hung up there, and he drove it foul into the parking lot just adjacent to Wentworth Field.
Boy, that was a drive, let me tell you.
Sotomo hitting from the left side.
Excuse me. And just barely foul.
Just missed that one. 1-2. 2 down. Pitch down the way. Sotomo bunts with 2 strikes. Oh, he's out. No way. Called him out. A nice play by Brown Boy. I don't know. I think Sotomo beat it. No matter what it is, that's the 3rd out. No runs, no hits, nobody left. You're listening to the I-15 series on 1280 The Sports Zone.
Zions Bank gives you the home team advantage with 150 branches in Utah and Idaho, many with extended Saturday and evening hours. Zions Bank has what it takes to be your full-service bank, offering a complete array of deposit and loan services, a variety of trust, investments, and insurance options. Whether or not you bank with Zions, call or visit your nearby branch today for a free personalized 10-point checkup. Zions Bank, we haven't forgotten who keeps us in business. An equal housing lender, member FDIC.
1280 Sports Zone.
For more than 50 years, One Oil Company has been locally owned and operated, serving the Ogden community. That tradition continues today with great service and quality Conoco products. Grease, oil, gasoline, on and off-road diesel, kerosene, and solvents for great service, selection, and Conoco quality. Come to Hone Oil Company on the southeast corner of 20th and Wall Avenue in Ogden.
Welcome back to 1280 Sports Zone special coverage of the I-15 series between the Provo Angels and Ogden Raptors. Let's go back to the voice of the Raptors, Brian Petrona.
Welcome back to Lindquist Field, top of the 8th inning. Brian Petrona once again going to hand it over to our first baseman, Mike Ludwig, for the play-by-play here in the top of the 8th.
Raptors still trailing 8-4. Miguel Crisotomo, a valiant two-strike bunt effort. A nice play by Brandon Wood, but boy, I don't know.
Very bang-bang play at first, and certainly from our perspective, it looked like he beat it. But
umpire right on top of the call, made it. And brings Warner Madrigal to the plate. And Madrigal, a massive home run in the first, and has topped out twice since. James Stewart still on the mound for the Raptors, and he works from the windup. The delivery on the way. Change up, grounded towards Chinlung Hu, who's up with it, thrown over to Comfort, and Madrigal's retired, one away here in the top half of the 8th.
Well, James Stewart has given the Raptors some really good innings in middle relief lately.
He certainly has, as have Chad Bailey has of late as well. He's giving good, strong innings. Something that they've lacked earlier in the year.
Well, the crowd's so large here, we actually have the wave.
That is wonderful. Set you out on the lawn, out to the playground, out on the right field side. Brings Collins to the taking a beating last year and he's behind the dish, and he takes fastball inside. That's 1-0. One away here in the top half of the 8th. Provo busting out with 14 hits tonight. Part of their 8 runs. That changeup down as well. There's the wave, makes its way back and forth through Lindquist Field. Big crowd tonight. 5,100 on hand. 5,200 in fact.
Yeah, one of the best of the year.
2-0 to Collins. The pitch on the way, and that's a fastball right down the middle, and it's 2-1.
I get a picture of that to put on the website. It's not working. That's the first time I've ever seen the wave at Lindquist Field.
Ground ball towards Comfort, and he's up with it. He'll take it himself, and now there's 2 away. Nice play by Comfort, and a sharply hit ground ball by Collins.
2 quick outs for Stewart.
Worked well in relief of Jordan Pratt, who actually had a pretty good outing after he settled down, giving up 5 hits in the first inning. 9 hits overall. Stewart pitched pretty well. Here's Teal hitting .301 this year. He takes the ball inside. 1-0.
Brian Dumas now warming up in the Raptor bullpen, so he may come on in the 9th.
John Wren awaits on deck. Should Teal reach? That one lifted lazily into center field. Jeremy Millen is under it. Take it and retire the side. No runs, no hits, nobody left. Through 7.5. Provo leads Ogden 8-4. You're listening to the I-15 series on 1280, the Sports Zone.
Just a home run away from beautiful Lindquist Field is the historic Ben Lomond Suite Hotel. The Ben Lomond is an all-suite hotel with 122 suites. We're a member of the Historic Hotels of America, and we offer a complimentary full breakfast buffet and a manager social each evening. We also have convention and banquet facilities. We're a proud sponsor of the Ogden Raptors. We're also the official hotel of the Ogden Raptors. Give us a call at 888-627-8897.
B1. Keep it locked on 1280 Sports Zone.
Where do you go for good baseball? Downtown Ogden and Lindquist Field. Where do you go for your employment needs? Adeco Employment Services. Adeco specializes in temporary, permanent placement, secretarial, clerical, data work process, administrative, light industrial, paid holidays, vacation benefits, and equal opportunity employment. Adeco has offices in Clearfield, Orem, Murray, Salt Lake City, Sunset, and West Valley City. Employment services at www.adeco.com. Adeco is a proud sponsor of the Ogden Raptors.
It's the Provo Angels against the Ogden Raptors, the I-15 series, on 1280 Sports Zone.
Welcome back. Brian Petrata along with Raptors first baseman Mike Ludwig. We go to the bottom of the eighth inning. It's Provo 8, Ogden 4. New pitcher on the hill for Provo. It'll be the right-hander, Carlos Morban. Morban, 6'6", 185 from the Dominican, signed as a free agent in 2001. And here's what he's done this year.
Morban on for the 19th time. Really solid thus far this year. 2.57 ERA, 2-1 with 4 saves and 21 innings of work, allowed just 16 hits, 6 runs, all of them earned, a home run, only 6 walks, and he struck out 24. Opposing hitters just managing a 213 average against Morban.
This is only the second time he's pitched against Ogden, but he threw 2 scoreless innings the last time he faced him. So here's Jeremy Millen to lead off the inning, and he fouls it off for strike 1.
Pretty good outing for Aaron Pullen for the Angels. Came in, worked inning and 2/3 of flawless work, had a strikeout, no hits, no runs, no walks.
Millen, Chin Lung Hu, and Xavier Paul for the Raptors here in the 8th, trailing Provo 8-4. Morban at the belt. Here's the pitch. Millen takes a strike on the outside corner, and it's 0-2.
Looping curveball, the one that James Stewart was looking for about 2 innings ago, and he just didn't get. That one got just enough to the plate. Home plate umpire Greg Tucker. Thought it got just enough. 0-2.
Time called by Millen just in time.
Raptors can get a run or 2 here. Well, they really put the pressure on that Provo bullpen, but been able to squander much since that 6th inning.
There is action in the bullpen for Provo. There's a bouncing ball in between third, knocked down at short by Guzman, but no. Millen with an infield single leading off the 8th.
Good at bat there by Millen. Boy, he's just looking for someone to fight away. And when you have 2 strikes, you're going to do a few things to make an adjustment as a hitter. You'll probably choke up. You'll probably move the plate. You might get wider base, depending on the type of hitter you are. But what you're going to do, you'll probably look for that outside pitch, and you're going to adjust in, and that's exactly what he did. You're going to look outside fastball. That's what he got, and it came in on him a little bit and grounded it hard in the hole. That's all he can do with 2 strikes, and paid off for Millen there.
Chin Lung Hu now the batter, takes ball 1 from Morban. Chin Lung 0 for 3 tonight. Couple groundouts to short and a strikeout. That'd be a great time for that first hit of the evening. Here's the 1-0. Way high, ball 2.
Get to the heart of that Ogden Raptor order. They can really put the pressure on, still have 2 players on the bench. Russ Martin being one of them.
The stretch to the right hand of the pitch. Inside, ball 3, leading out of the way, Chin Lung Hu. Backpedaling out of the batter's box.
Xavier Paul waits on deck, and he'd love to have a chance to hit his 8th home run of the year. It's just a 1-run game.
Heard he hit one in batting practice the other day that was jaw-dropping.
It was amazing. There's a building about 60 to 70 feet beyond the right field wall as he allows a walk that extends about 3.5, 4 stories, and Paul hit it on top of that building.
Amazing. So a 4-pitch walk to Hu puts runners at first and second. One out. Xavier Paul coming up. And Kernan Ronan, the pitching coach for Provo, has gone out to talk to Carlos Morban, who's faced 2 hitters and hasn't retired either one of them.
Now, really, you got 4 hitters on the way that have pretty good power. Of course, Paul with his 7 home runs, and then behind him, is Luis Castillo, who has 7 home runs of his own this season. Andy Laroche right after him has great home run power. He hasn't had many at bats at this level, but he hits them about as far as anybody. And that Jeff Comfort, as we said earlier, has 4 home runs, and he'd love to break out and hit another one tonight.
So here's Xavier Paul, left-handed batter against the right-hander Morban. Takes a fastball strike, and it's 0-1.
Outside half. On a pitch that X wanted to hit anyway. Good discipline at the plate. It's about as good discipline as it gets for a young hitter.
The 0-1. That'll hit about the same spot, and it goes to 0-2.
Oh, unhappy with that one. That was pretty raw one. Maybe standing that zone a little bit, but
Paul 2 for 3 tonight. Couple singles. He's driven in 2 runs, and he scored once. Batting with runners at first and second, and no one out. The 0-2 pitch. Line drive, base hit to left center. Racing towards third is Millen. That's going to go all the way to the warning track. Millen will score. Tin-Long Hu holds it third, and into second is Paul with an RBI double.
Great piece of hitting there by Xavier Paul. I'm surprised that Morban didn't go with an off-speed pitch there. Went with a fastball, same location as the first 2. Paul stuck the bat there as he choked up, drove it into the gap. Nice piece of hitting by Xavier Paul.
Well, now the Raptors within 3. It is 8-5, and the cleanup hitter, Luis Castillo, coming up with runners at second and third and no one out. Here comes Tom Kochman, the manager. He's going to make the pitching change with no one out here in the 8th inning. Remember, folks, if you're looking for a career change, visit AOL in Ogden. They are now hiring. We'll be back right after this to tell you about the new Provo pitcher. It's Provo 8, Ogden 5. You're listening to Raptors Baseball on 1280 The Sports Zone.
This may seem like a silly question, but have you heard of AOL? Have you ever worked for AOL? Well, maybe you should, because AOL is unlike anything anywhere, especially when it comes to member retention. We devote a whole department to helping all 18 million members receive the best service. This means you and our employees get to help every member some way, somehow. That's perfectly incredible. You know what else is incredible? The way we treat our employees. This isn't just a call center. This is an area of expertise. So isn't it fair to say that you'll need some internet experience, or at least an attitude of, would I love to learn more about it? Basic Windows and communication skills are required. Phone 1-877-AOL today, or visit our website at AOL.com/careers. Member retention, consultant opportunities, an equal opportunity employer.
It's the Provo Angels against the Ogden Raptors, the I-15 series, on 1280 The Sports Zone.
Welcome back to Lindquist Field. We're in the bottom of the 8th inning. Ogden is pulled to within 3 runs of Provo. They have runners at second and third, no one out. And Luis Castillo coming up. New pitcher for Provo is David Austin.
Austin on for the 22nd time. They just keep rolling them out. 1.59 ERA, 4-2 this year, 7 saves in 39 and 2/3 innings, 41 hits, just 10 runs, just 7 of those earned, and he's walked just 7 and struck out 45. Hitters are hitting 261 against them, but boy, pretty impressive numbers from David Austin.
Austin against the Raptors in 3 games has 2 wins and a save. He has not allowed a run in 6 innings. Here's Castillo, second and third, no one out. Swinging and in, 0-1 the count.
Curveball. Good pitch. Didn't leave it up a little bit. Castillo actually had a pretty good cut at that one. Hanging around at the plate. He's trying to do one thing here. You get in the gap or get it somewhere on the 23rd.
No 1-strike pitch. This down, scoots away from Collins, but not far enough for Tin-Long Hu to score from third.
Good play there by Collins. Saved a run, and not only that, but with nobody out, he saved, potentially another run with Xavier Paul on 2. If he could move up to third with less than 2 outs, it's another run.
Ball and a strike. Castillo represents the tying run here in the bottom of the 8th. Provo has led throughout tonight. The stretch from Austin, the 1-1. Down and away, 2 balls and a strike.
Curveball started middle half of the plate, broke on about 6 or 7 inches as Collins trailed that one.
Outfield playing very deep on Castillo, almost to the warning track.
They're going to want to cut off gaps here as Louis swings through that one. It's particularly in a 3-run game here, as he represents the tying run. They want to cut off that gap. They want to keep him off of second base.
2 balls, 2 strikes on Castillo. Austin comes set, the pitch. A little low, ball 3 and a full count.
Good discipline there by Louis. Didn't chase that pitch down. Was just about ankle high. He's got to put something in play here and get another run on the board.
He's 1 for 2 with the and has already driven in 1. 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss on the curve for strike 3, and there's 1 away in the 8th inning. Nice hook from David Austin. Castillo swung right through it. So here's Andy Laroche. He came up with a clutch hit last night in the 8th inning, a 2-run double that put the game out of reach as Ogden beat Casper 7-3. Now he has a chance to bring the Raptors right back in the game, trailing 8-5. High fly ball, center field. Racing after it is Peel. He will make the catch. Tagging is Kim Long-Hu at third. He'll score. Xavier Paul goes into third base.
Oh, boy, the Roche just missed that pitch. If it would have worked in on him just a little bit, he would have had a chance to drive out of the park. Drove it about 390 feet or so to the center field wall. Nonetheless, it's an RBI.
And makes it an 8-6 ball game. Moves Xavier Paul to third, and now Jeff Comfort a chance.
Tying run still at the plate here with Jeff Comfort. Has home run potential. See if we can hang him a curveball here or try to sneak a fastball line him.
Provo 8, Ogden 6, bottom of the 8th. The stretch from Austin, the pitch to Comfort. Fastball nipped the outside corner for strike 1.
Comfort 1 for 3 tonight. There's a run.
Hit the ball hard his last time up, lining out to second. In fact, he hit it right at the second baseman. Otherwise, might have had another hit. With the ball in the dirt, that will bounce away from Collins. Again, not far enough for the man to come home from third. 1 ball, 1 strike.
I imagine Comfort may see, or probably will see, an off-speed pitch here. I'll move curveball in.
Comfort hitting .292 against Provo. Does have a home run against the Angels.
There it was.
Bouncer towards third, charging as Wood. Makes the scoop, throws to first. Just in time to retire the side. Terrific play by Brandon Wood.
Great play.
Well, it's going to do it for Mike as well. Mike Ludwig, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Brian, so much. I appreciate the opportunity.
You bet. Welcome back anytime. Let's go to the top of the 9th inning. It's Provo 8, Ogden 6. You're listening to Raptors Baseball on 1280, the Sports Zone.
The Timberline Steakhouse invites you to come in and enjoy an evening of dining at the mine. The unique atmosphere of an old mine complements the fabulous food. They specialize in prime ribs, steak, seafood, and chicken. They're open every evening at 5 p.m. Barbecue nights are on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Reservations are taken for groups of 10 or more. Phone 393-2155 or visit the Timber Mine at www.timbermine.com.
1280, the Sports Zone.
For great baseball performance, you couldn't do better locally than the Raptors. And for outstanding banking performance, you couldn't do better than Wells Fargo, where you'll find a full range of financial products and personal service you deserve. Wells Fargo is proud to support this community. Drop by and talk to your local Wells Fargo banker today. Wells Fargo, the next Wells Fargo Bank, member FDIC.
Welcome back to 1280 D Sports Zone special coverage of the I-15 series between the Provo Angels and Ogden Raptors. Let's go back to the voice of the Raptors, Brian Petrona.
Welcome back. We go to the top of the 9th inning now. It is Provo 8, Ogden 6. Boy, the Raptors had a tremendous chance to come back into this one. They have made it a ball game by scoring 2 runs there in the 8th. A blast by Andy Laroche all the way to the fence was a sacrifice fly to score 1 run. And then Jeff Comfort hit a chopper down the third base line. Brandon Wood, the first-round pick of the Anaheim Angels this year, made a brilliant play to short hop and throw in the same motion to retire Comfort at first base. He had to make that hurried throw. It was only chance to get Comfort, and he did get the out. So here is Jordan Wren leading off the ninth inning for Provo as they lead Ogden 8-6. New pitcher on the hill for the Raptors. It'll be Brian Dumasnil. Dumasnil replacing James Stewart, who again threw 3 2/3 solid innings out of the bullpen. Wren takes strike 2 on the inside corner. Dumasnil, no record in 14 games, an ERA of 7.94. In 17 innings, he struck out 22, but he's also walked 19. 0-2 pitch. Sky toward right center field. Millen's chasing after it. Will he get there? No. It is a one-hopper off the wall. And Wren's into second with a leadoff double in the ninth. So Provo trying to answer the runs and take away some of the Raptors' momentum. The Angels have not scored since the 5th inning. Ogden has scored 4 runs since that time. Now here's the first rounder, Brandon Wood. Made a tremendous defensive play in the bottom of the 8th inning. Now batting here in the top of the 9th. 8 runs on 15 hits. 2 errors for Provo tonight. 6 runs on 7 hits. And 3 errors for the Raptors. So Wood at the plate. He's 2 for 4 tonight. And Dumasnil comes set. Checks the runner at second. And now his first pitch to Wood. Fastball for a strike, and it's 0-1. Game brought to you in part by the Welch Agency, offering all 2003 Raptor fans a free home warranty with any real estate purchase or sale throughout the end of this year. Just mention you heard it on the Raptors radio broadcast when calling your realtor friends at the Welch Agency at 399-5883. The 1-strike pitch to Brandon Wood. Missed way outside. Count evens up at 1-1. Provo scored 3 in the first, 2 in the 4th, 3 more in the 5th inning. Ogden scored 1 in the 4th and 5th, put 2 on the board in the 6th and 2 more in the 8th. So it's an 8-6 Provo lead, top of the 9th inning. The stretch in the 1-1 to Wood. Inside for a ball, goes 2-1 now. But the 2 big runs in the 4th inning large now. Provo scored 2 runs without a hit in the 4th. There were 3 Raptor errors in that inning. 2-1, popped him straight up behind the dish. Taylor Slimek going toward the Provo dugout. Now circling back, and he stumbles over and drops the ball. Couldn't get it. And so it'll go as a strike. Probably be an error on Slimek. That was a pretty high foul fly off the bat of Brandon Wood. But it was only about 15 feet from home. So the count even on the Provo shortstop at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Wood tonight 2 for 4, a run scored, and 2 RBIs. Struck out swinging his last time. That ended the 6th inning. Dumasnil comes set. And the 2-2 pitch. Curveball, fly ball toward right center. This one should be playable. David Cardona in right, gets underneath and makes the catch. The runner tags, but will not advance for the moment. A long throw by Cardona and a fine stop by Castillo to make sure that ball didn't get away. The Wood flies out to right, and now the number 8 hitter, Jose Guzman, comes up. Also sponsoring this Raptors broadcast tonight is Ogden City Corps, Lynn Woodward Electric, Chevalier Jewelers, the official jeweler of the Ogden Raptors, Herrick Industrial, Mountain Medical Imaging, Amera Mortgage, SOS Staffing, and Breyer's Ice Cream and Good Gimmer Ice Cream Bars. There's a drive, deep center field. Back goes Millen's on his horse. It's over his head. Racing into third is Wren. He will score. It's now 9-6 Provo. Guzman going to try for third. The throw is not in time. A triple for Guzman. Drives in his 13th run of the season. And that is an enormous run for Provo. It's now a 3-run ball game. So Ogden had been coming back. In fact, they had scored 5 unanswered runs. But now Provo here in the 9th puts one on the board to make it 9-6. Guzman at third, 1 out. Now the 9-hitter, and Nuri Almonte comes up. Almonte 0 for 2 tonight with a pair of walks. Infield playing in for Ogden, trying to keep it a 3-run contest. The stretch from Dumasnil, the pitch. Curveball in the dirt, knocked down by Slimmick. It goes to 1-0. They're being attacked by moths up here in the press box tonight. Just been having trouble with nature today. This morning I woke up and there was about a 9 to 10 inch garter snake on the floor of my bedroom. Runner's going to try to steal home, and the pitch goes wild. That'll score a run. It is 10-6 Provo. That's a stolen base. Oh, my. Provo steals home. Jose Guzman got a great break. However, if Dumasnil had thrown a strike, he would have been out. Instead, it goes 2-0 on Almonte, who has been a tough out for the Raptors today. Walked twice, reached on an error, scored a run. Now he takes ball 3 from Dumasnil. Gabe Alvarez warming up in the Raptor bullpen. There's ball 4 to Almonte, who walks for the 3rd time tonight. Okay, folks, here's a hitter who's batting 200. And Ogden has walked him 3 times tonight. The Raptors don't deserve to win a game if they walk a 9-hitter who's hitting 200 3 times in a ball game. Plus, you give away 2 runs on a 3-error inning. Part of it, too. There goes the runner again. There's a called strike. Throw to second base. Not in time, and Almonte has his 2nd stolen base of the night. So the Provo Angels feeling like they can run on the Raptors. They have stolen home, and now Almonte steals second without much of a problem. Final now in Oakland. The A's doubled up the Devil Rays 4-2. Scott Hatterberg had a home run in that one. The bottom of the 8th, the Twins still leading the Rangers by a 2-0 score. The check swing, pitch missed down and in, so the count goes 2-1 on Howard Kendrick. Tomorrow, David Quinn will pitch for the Raptors. Not sure yet who's going to go for Provo. Quinn 0-1 in his only start against Provo. 1-1 pitch. Bounce straight back, and it goes 1-2 on Kendrick. In game time tomorrow, game 2 of this series will be at 4 o'clock. The pregame show at 3:50. Meanwhile, Dumasnil comes set. And the 1-2 pitch to Kendrick. Curveball, bouncing ball down the 3rd base line, but foul, and it remains 1-2. 1 out in the 9th inning. 2 runs across for Provo as they lead the Raptors 10-6 now. Ogden had pulled within 2, but the Angels have answered with 2 runs of their own here in the 9th. A big offensive night for Provo. 10 runs on 16 hits. They're approaching a season high. 1-2. Kendrick again grounds it foul down the 3rd base line. One ball and 2 strikes still on the batter. Dumasnil deal. And another foul ball, this one on the right side. The Raptors had won the last 2 games between these teams, beating Provo 9-3 on July 27th and 15-3 on July 26th. The Raptors have played a little sloppily tonight, and Provo's had some key hits to go along with it. The 1-2. Pops it up, first base side. Jeff Comfort at first base. will get underneath and make the catch, and now there's 2 outs. Provo this year 26-0 when leading after 8 innings. Or rather, 39-0 when leading after 8 innings. Ogden, however, has won 3 games when trailing after 8. That's as many as any other team in the league. The Raptors have shown a little moxie this year, and they've come up short on some comeback attempts in the 9th inning on a few other occasions. So Ogden not a team that gives up easily. There's a fastball missing outside. Goes 1-0 on Matt Polly. Polly 1 out of 5 tonight. Lone hit, a single back in the 2nd inning. He's batting with a runner at 2nd and 2 down. And Provo wants 1 more run. That way a grand slam can't tie it. Here's the 1-0. Held high for a strike. And so the count will even up at 1-1 on Pauly. Ryan Dumas still trying to pitch out of the 9th. 2 runs have scored. A double and a triple for Provo, and then a stolen base of home by Jose Guzman. And now Pauly steps out. One ball, 1 strike on the left-handed hitter. The lefty Dumas still trying to finish out the inning. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Goes to 1-2 on Pauly. Before winning those last 2 games at the end of July, Ogden had lost 6 in a row to Provo. Raptors won the opening game of the season between these 2 teams. That was back on June 17th. And then Provo took the next 6. Say hello to Babs listening to the broadcast tonight. There's a foul ball deep to right field. A moonshot by Matt Pauly at a Winwell foul. So it's now 1-2 on the batter. And Nuri Almonte at 2nd. He walked, stole 2nd. Now he's there with 2 outs and a 1-2 count on Matt Pauly. For the Raptor half of the 9th, it'll be Cardona, Slimek, and Crisotomo. 1-2 pitch. Curveball down and away, so the deuce is wild on Matt Pauly. 16 hit attack for Provo tonight. And the bottom of the lineup doing a great job as well. That's a big reason why they're on top right now. Deuce is wild. Here's the stretch and the pitch. Foul fly left field side. Still 2-2 on Pauly. Provo comes in with the league best record, and they are number 1 in virtually every offensive category. About the only one they're not is in stolen bases. And they haven't needed to steal bases this year. 2-2 pitch. Called strike 3 on the inside corner. That retires Pauly and ends the Provo half of the 9th. 2 runs, 2 hits, no errors. 1 man left. We go to the bottom of the 9th. It's Provo 10, Ogden 6. You're listening to the I-15 series on 1280 The Sports Zone.
The family birthplace at Ogden Regional Medical Center has earned a 5-star rating from the Health Grade, an independent, nationally recognized organization. A 5-star rating means Ogden Regional is ranked number 1 in northern Utah and in the top 15% in the nation in obstetrics. As the only single-room maternity care center in Weber and Davis counties, you now have choices in childbirth. Experience our family-centered care for yourself. Ogden Regional is also proud to be recognized as one of the 100 top hospitals in America.
David James and Patrick Kinahan, Morning Mayhem on 1280 Z Sports Zone, KCNS, Salt Lake City, Ogden, Provo, a Simmons Media station.
Our game is brought to you in part by Cream of Weber Dairy, a proud sponsor and a longtime fan of the Ogden Raptors. Don't forget that Cream of Weber makes those handy single-serving chugs. They're in a variety of flavors that include chocolate and strawberry. It's a great energy boost when you're watching a Raptor game. Cream of Weber chugs, available at your favorite grocer. Cream of Weber, it just tastes better.
You're
You're listening to Raptors Baseball on AM 1660 KXOL. Brigham, Layton, Ogden, Salt Lake City.
Ogden Raptors primed for a big comeback. They trail Provo 10-6. Leading off the inning is David Cardona against David Austin, and he swings and misses for strike one. Austin came in the eighth with runners at second and third and no outs. He got a strikeout, a sacrifice fly, and then a ground out on a close play to end the inning. So they gave up just the run. It was charged to Carlos Morban. At the time, it brought Ogden within 8-6, but then Provo scored 2 runs in the ninth, and they now have a 4-run lead. But Austin would still qualify for the save. There's ball one outside. Cardona 1 for 3 tonight. He had a single back in the fifth inning. Flew out to center in the third, and he struck out looking his last time up in the seventh. The 1-2 pitch. Line drive deep to left field. Back goes Jordan Wren to the warning track. And it's over his head and off the wall. Cardona into second. He's there with a leadoff double in the ninth inning. And the Raptor crowd of over 5,000 showing their appreciation for the hit by Cardona. Ogden has had some ninth inning comebacks this year. 3 wins this season when trailing after 8 innings. More than any other team in the league. So here's the number 8 batter, Taylor Slimek. He hit a sacrifice fly back in the fifth inning. Outside of that, he's 0 for 2. Slimek a left-handed bat against the right-hander Austin. Cardona second.
Here we go, Raptors! Here we go!
And a swing and a miss brings the count to 0-1 on Slimek. Taylor came in hitting .302. No homers. He now has 8 RBIs. The outfield again playing very deep, trying to cut off the gas. A 1-strike pitch. Line drive at a deep center field. Back goes Peel. Does it have enough? It does. It's off the wall. Cardona racing into second. They'll wave him around from third. Now they're going to hold him at third base. And the Raptors now have runners at second and third with no one out. Cardona doubles, or rather Slimek doubles off the center field wall. Really no sense in sending him there. Ogden needs 4 runs. So if you send Cardona and he's thrown out at home, that doesn't do you a bit of good. But this way, there's no one out. You keep the inning alive. You have 2 runners in scoring position, no one out, and the number 9 hitter, Miguel Crisotomo, at the plate. Vernon Roden, the pitching coach, out to the mound to talk to Austin. Cardona was turning at third just as the ball came into the relay man, Guzman. So you would have had to test the arm of Guzman. But again, in this situation, really not worth the risk to send Cardona on what would have been a close play. So second and third, no one out. Ogden down 10-6 in the bottom of the ninth. The 9-hitter Crisotomo at the plate, and he'll take a strike call on the inside corner at 0-1. The crowd didn't agree. Crisotomo 0 for 3 tonight. A strikeout, a line out, and a ground out. Trying to bunt his way on his last time up. He'll take the ball inside that time, and it evens up with a ball and a strike. Crisotomo, a pretty good bunter, and you'd have to at least think about the notion of a squeeze play here. Matt Pauly at first playing well back and guarding the line. And the 1-1. He'll swing away, and he chases one well outside. It goes to a ball and 2 strikes. Jeremy Millen's waiting on deck, then Chin Wong Hu. So if you can get to through those guys, then you have the middle portion of the lineup at the plate. Some guys that have the ability to change the game in a hurry. 1-2 on Crisotomo. Austin sets. Here's the pitch. Down the way, knocked away by Collins, the catcher. Keeps him in front of him and holds Cardona at third. So they count even up. It's 2-2. 10 runs, 16 hits, 2 errors for Provo. 6 runs, 9 hits, 4 errors for the Raptors. Crisotomo's driven in 7 runs this year. A base hit should get him 2 more. All time steps out of the box. Crisotomo came in hitting .232. Austin to the belt. 2-2 pitch. Bouncing ball right side. That'll score a run. Right fielding at second. Throwing to first. Not in time. Crisotomo beats it out for an infield hit. It's now 10-7. The Raptors within 3, and the tying run coming to the plate with nobody out. So Jeremy Millen steps up with Slimmick at third, Crisotomo at first, and no one out in the inning. Crisotomo with some wheels at first base as well. Jeremy Millen's 1 for 3 tonight. Reached on an infield single his last time up and scored a run. In fact, he has scored 3 times tonight. That'll work as your leadoff hitter. Ground ball towards short. It's bobbled, but stepped on second for 1. Over to first. In time, a 6-3 double play. That will score a run. Ogden now within 2, but one of the fastest Raptors grounds into a 6-3 double play. So 2 outs and the base is empty. Now Chin Long Hu steps up. Well, if you can get him on, then Xavier Paul in the on-deck circle has some home run power. Boy, how large were those 2 runs that Provo scored in the 9th inning now. Here's the pitch to Hu. A strike at the belt, and it's 0-1. Chin Long Hu 0 for 3, but he drew a walk and scored his last time up. Fouls one off, and he's down in the count. No balls and 2 strikes. So the Raptors down to their final strike, trailing Provo 10-8 in the bottom of the 9th. David Austin from the windup now, and the 0-2 pitch to Hu. Missed inside, goes to a ball and 2 strikes. Outfield shifting Chin Long Hu the opposite way toward right. Out of room down the left field line. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. They'll have to throw him out at first, and they do so. That ends the ball game. Well, an exciting finish, but the Raptors come up a bit short. 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors, no one left. Final score: Provo 10, Ogden 8. Be back with the totals after this. You're listening to Raptors baseball on 1280 The Sports Zone.
The new baseball season always brings a bright and shiny outlook to the summer. Mako Auto Painting can give your car a new and bright and shiny look. They provide free estimates, nationwide guarantee, up and baked finishes, and expert body repair. Mako provides a quality job at a reasonable price. Mako Auto Painting in Ogden, Utah. Call them at 393-8693. Mako is a proud sponsor of the Ogden Raptors. Uh-oh, better get Mako. Verizon Wireless salutes the Ogden Raptors and America's favorite pastime. Baseball occupies the mind and heart of America, and with Verizon Wireless, we can share all the great times at the ballpark with our friends. Verizon Wireless has many locations. Call them at 589-3000. Verizon Wireless, the best call in town. Verizon Wireless is a proud sponsor of the Ogden Raptors. Again, call them at 589-3000 for local sales and service. Baseball is 9% mental and the other half physical. Yogi Berra may not have understood the world of math, but he sure knew baseball. Smith's Food and Drug Centers is proud to be a sponsor of the Ogden Raptors. We salute every player who gives his all, which according to Yogi is 180%. Smith's has locations all over Ogden. Smith, a fresh approach to shopping.
Hang out with Polczyk and Monson, 4 until 7 on 1280 Sports Zone.
Davis Hospital and Medical Center, located at 1600 West Antelope Drive in Layton, has been serving the health care needs of our community for over 25 years. We're growing with the community, and we've recently started a $24 million expansion project, adding additional space to many areas, including the emergency room, cardiac care, women's services, and the renovation and improvement to all the areas of the hospital. Our caring professional nurses, a medical staff of over 200 physicians, a convenient location with easy access from I-15, and the acceptance of most insurance plans. That's just a few of the many reasons that Davis Hospital is an excellent choice for your family health care needs. Davis Hospital and Medical Center, caring for our community.
Pioneer Radio and Sports would like to thank the following businesses who are committed to customer service.
This Raptors broadcast is brought to you in part by SurfUtah.net. Surf the net with SurfUtah.net. By Harvest Health Foods, the healthy alternative. By Music to the Max. Why look somewhere else when we have it? By Arizona Tint. We've got you made in the shade. And by Z Medical. We are America's first aid and safety experts.
Welcome back to 1280 D Sports Zone special coverage of the I-15 series between the Provo Angels and Ogden Raptors. Let's go back to the voice of the Raptors, Brian Petrova.
Welcome back to Swiss Field. To the totals tonight, Provo outlasts the Raptors 10-8. The line score like this for Provo: 10 runs, 16 hits, 2 errors. For the Raptors, 8 runs on 10 hits and 4 miscues. Jordan Pratt takes the loss to fall to 0-8. Kyle Polczyk takes the win. He improves to 2-2, and David Austin pitched the final 2 innings for his 8th save. Xavier Paul had a 3-for-4 night for the Raptors, drove in 3 runs. Jeremy Millen went 1-for-4, but he scored 3 times on the night. Well, the Raptors came up with 2 runs in the bottom of the ninth, and they had a man at first and third with no one out. But of all people, Jeremy into a double play, the speediest Raptor, and he just hit a hard ground ball. Jose Guzman made a nice play, took it himself to step on second, then threw over to first to retire Millen. And that pretty much did it for the Raptors. So Ogden falls to 34-36 overall, even up at 16-16 in the second half. Provo improves to 49-21. They're now 25-7 in the second half of the season. For the Angels, Guzman probably had the best night. 2 for 5. He scored 3 times, and then he had that big play on the double play ball in the 9th inning. And then a great effort from starting pitcher Kyle Polczyk. He went 5 1/3, allowed just 1 earned run in his 3rd start for Provo. This game brought to you in part by Buckley Homes. Buckley is better. By SurfUtah.net. Surf the net with SurfUtah.net. And by New Deal Cars we finance. Again, the final score in this one: Provo 8, Provo 10, Ogden 8. Game 2 of the series tomorrow at 4 o'clock. The pregame show at 3:50, and that'll be again right here on 1280 The Sports Zone. So sure hope you can join us tomorrow when David Quinn goes for the Raptors. He is 3-7 on the year. Again, final score in this one: Provo 10, Ogden 8. For Paul back in the studio, this is Brian Petrova saying good night from Lindquist Field. You've been listening to the I-15 series on 1280 The Sports Zone.